Are we in?
We're in.
Woo!
Hello, brave adventurers out there in Twitch land, and welcome to Death House, our 1 year anniversary stream. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are all very excited. As I've said before, Death House, this is going to act as a sort of prequel to the Strahdcast, with all new characters, all new heroes summoned to Borovia before the Goons it was even a glimmer in their eye. So we are also so glad that you have joined us here tonight. Before we dive into the festivities, I just want to get a couple of housekeeping notes out of the way. First, I would just love to say this stream tonight is brought to you by our lovely sponsors. I'm sure you've heard of them before: C4 Labs and Modern Artifice. There we go, a little bit of the merch right there. We will be putting the links to their websites in the chat, so you can go and check them out, as well as a discount code that you can use at checkout to get a discount on your sale. So go and check them out. We love partnering with them. They make incredible stuff, so go check them out. I also just want to mention really briefly, we are still running a special promotion on our Patreon for the month of October. If you join as an annual subscriber, you'll get all the regular perks that we offer, as well as some bonus Halloween-themed tally-ho stickers and an original postcard.
Wrong.
I'm wrong. Campbell, tell the people what they'll win.
I'll tell the people what they'll get.
Come on down.
It's a new car.
There are autumnal tally-ho stickers with tally-ho holding a little pumpkin available right now on our Etsy page, etsy.com/shop/criticalfaildm. And then if you subscribe to our Patreon at the annual level this month, between now and the end of October, you'll get a 10% discount on your subscription, and you'll also receive 3 brand new, never before seen stickers based on stuff that y'all have been asking for in the Discord. And then it's possible, I talked to Ned about this. We had a business call this week where I was like, Ned, I can't give the people 3 free stickers. I designed like 7 stickers. So you might get anywhere between 2 and 7 free stickers when you subscribe to our Patreon this month.
We couldn't decide on 3, so we said maybe we'll do less. And then Campbell was like, no, 4 or nothing.
That also applies if you are already a monthly subscriber and you switch over to an annual subscription. You will also receive all of those goodies. So if you've been waiting for the right opportunity to become a patron, now might be your chance. So go. With all of that out of the way, did you have something, Tyler?
I was just going to say, hey, Kay, are you recording?
Thank you. I was going to ask.
Start over. Hello, everyone. No.
Start from the top.
Oh, no. With
the
save.
No.
Thank you, Tyler, and anyone who may have reminded you in the chat.
Good save. Okay, great. Well, with those formalities gone, I think, like we, as some of you may know who are more regular Twitch viewers, we like to start things off with a little bit of an icebreaker, work our way into the campaign, especially since this is all a little bit here with some fun questions. And tonight, dear Goons, what I would like to discuss, since this is our Halloween stream and we are in the season of spook, I wanted to ask what everyone's most favorite horror movie is. Sound off in the chat if you like, and Goons, let's just go in the order in which I am looking. So let's start with you, Kay.
Most favorite ever? Oh my gosh.
Ever.
Oh my goodness. I think I mean the first one that comes to mind, I think I just have to go with it, is The Shining.
That's an excellent pick.
I really don't think you can beat it. I know it's been on the top of my list for quite a long time. Something is yet to dethrone it. But yeah, I don't think I have seen. Maybe it's also one of those movies that I saw at sort of a formative time. It wasn't like I didn't see it too soon. I think I saw it when I was like just ready to see spooky movies. So it was the first one that I was like ready for, and it's exquisite. It's really hard to beat The Shining.
What's your favorite thing about it?
I think I think just the build is so well done. You know, the way that like the repeating shots, like the way that they always have Danny riding around in the hallway, and like it's not scary until it is, and just like everything just builds on top of itself until you end with that like chaotic, climactic like house of horrors that Shelley Duvall is trying to run away from.
God,
yeah,
has anyone
it's just-
ever been cast more accurately than Shelley Duvall in that movie? She is amazing.
She
Perfect.
really is. Didn't she? I might be
Her in
speaking
the bathroom is
Yeah,
like
didn't she get a lot of shit for that though? I feel like people didn't like her at first when they first. I could be
Well,
wrong.
the people are wrong all the time, Kay.
I think
true.
she's gotten awards for like worst performance ever for her performance
That's
in The
crazy.
Shining.
That's
And
wild.
I just like, I know she got there because she was actively tortured during that process, but boy, did she get there.
Boy, did-
Oh,
All right, Tyler, what about you?
Ooh. I'm not like a huge scary movie person. I used to be a little more when I was younger. The first one that comes to mind is like the original Scream.
Sure,
good.
yeah.
oh yeah.
Classic, yeah. Uh-huh.
And then that has jumped off into my love. I was thinking about just saying scary movie because I love that movie too. That was just great.
We'll accept. The council will accept.
What
Campbell.
does Michael Scott say in The Office? He's like, I feel like Nev Campbell in Scream 2. I just want to go off to college. All my friends are getting killed off. Like I can't remember.
Campbell, what about you?
I just love The Exorcist.
Hard to beat.
Yeah.
Oh, you stole mine.
I know. It's just like it's not a unique choice, but it is the best. It's just the best to me. Like it's the performances are insane, and it's so scary for like a baby Catholic to see that movie and be like, oh, not only are demons real, they are everywhere and ancient. And like that movie opens, and I think in like Iraq or Iran, and it's like, yeah, they're here too, and it's like they're everywhere. It's so very spooky, and Ellen Burstyn kills it.
What do you like about The Exorcist, Ned?
I'm actually going to take a different route. I do love. I mean, what's his name getting yeeted out the window at the end? That's pretty horrifying. But my second runner up from The Exorcist is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is
Ooh.
like
scary.
when you see it and it's like this was based on a true story, and you're just like,
Oh, I sure.
what? And you realize they never caught the guy. Oh man, yeah. There's something about like real horror, about horror movies made after a real story or based on a real story that really just makes the hair on the back of my neck stick up.
Was it the new one where they added like the real footage at the end?
Yeah,
Because that messed me up. I like did the math. I was like, "How old is this guy?" If
Yeah,
he
you're
was
like,
never
is he-
captured, I was like,
is he
"He's
still living in
probably
Texas?"
dead by now, but like maybe not." Like,
Oh, we don't love that. We don't love that.
No,
yeah.
not a fan of that.
Nope.
Original's good, but it's just it's severely lacking in Jessica Biel midriff.
Thank you very much, Kate. Let's talk about what's important.
Seeing the
Yeah.
chat. Like,
Let's talk about what's important.
Campbell, you
can't
and I
argue
could
with
not
that
talk
logic.
about Texas Chainsaw Massacre without talking about Jessica Biel's
We
midriff.
have to.
She is the star of that movie, so
Oh,
I
was
know.
she?
Her
Is it
belly button was getting its own like union contract.
the low-rise jeans belted with the tied-up white wife beater that she is wearing in that movie is just like that should be in a Hard Rock cafe somewhere or something like a Planet Hollywood. Is just that I have to remember to post in the Discord the painting that we have on our wall of Jessica Biel's midriff and
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw. I've just been talking about it for a year and I've never posted a picture. Oh, Carrie! Thank you, Queen Moon.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
For Charmy, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island absolutely counts.
Oh, dude, nobody. That movie is legit. That movie legit rules. I don't know where that came from, but it is so good. Oh man, it's so good.
Absolutely a horror movie too.
For me, I gotta go with I think just Blair Witch Project. I think it's pretty. It's pretty
Wow.
unassailable in terms
Oh.
of scary movies.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Talk
What a
about
genre bender.
Talk about
what a
performance.
genre bender. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
performances are perfect. And then my dad showed me that movie too young, and we lived in a log cabin in the woods. And then I saw like not normal credits roll, and I turned to him and was like, "Is this real?" And he went, "I shit you not." He went, "I don't know." And then he just left.
What? Oh boy.
Oh no.
Hold
Where-
up, I got a cat trying to get out of the room.
Hello.
Oh no. All right. Well, we must let the cat free.
It's true.
Must
we're
release
close.
the cat.
We're close to a hype train.
Hello.
We're
Ooh,
getting
already?
there.
Fantastic. So before I just want to thank everybody again for being here. I can't believe we have so many of you in the chat. That is so exciting. Thanks for joining us. And if we've got Tyler back, are we ready to make a little spook of our own?
Should we cheer?
Absolutely.
Cheers. Let's do a cheers and dive in.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Cling.
Okay.
Sláinte.
Kay, do you want to give us a little eerie music, mayhaps?
Oh, I would love to. I haven't listened to any of these, so I don't know what this is going to sound like.
Sure. Right.
We're
This
going
one.
off a title alone.
I like it.
We like to live on the edge here. We like to
Mhm.
live dangerously.
Oh, this one was pretty good, actually. I'll do this one.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's start these as we always do. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and transport yourselves to the far, foggy realm of Borovia. Kay, Tyler, and Ned. The three of you have recently been contracted by a band of exuberant and colorful strangers to find two missing children. They were wrecked over their missing and offered you, frankly, a ridiculous amount of coin to retrieve them. Children being the precious gifts that they are, even this sum seemed more than this simple band could muster. Not thinking too much of it, and upon the completion of the job, it being enough to set you up for the next 2 years, you agreed. The band of travelers was overjoyed and raised a toast and festivities in your honor, heaping wine and spirits upon you. Gladly you partook. And just as the festivities were reaching their zenith, as the mirth and joy, song and dance were reaching their most climactic stage, everything started to get a little fuzzy and a little dark. And consciousness slipped out betwixt your fingers. When you awoke, you find yourselves on a sodden, muddy road. On either side, you are flanked by dark, ominous trees, with no leaves on touch, just the gnarled branches reaching up towards the sky, which you see is obscured by swirling mist. Looking back behind you, you see a wall of this impenetrable fog, completely obscuring the road behind.
Wow. That was
Thank you,
surprising.
Very nice. Thanks.
The road before you carries on, bending around a curve, disappearing into the trees beyond. You see no sign of the visitors or their wagons. You have no notion of where you possibly could be. The time is yours, and why don't we go around and just give the good people out there in Twitchland a little overview of who you are, who you will be portraying in this campaign.
Don't mind if I do. Well, I'll start. And you'll see me up on the stream there in a second, but I'm playing Ava Linton, born and raised gutter trash. I was more than happy to take on this contract because, as my dear old dad used to say, a fool and his money are soon parted. Normally, it's because they're carrying it a bit too far away from their own body, but in this case, they gave it up willingly. But now here I am. So I appear human. I'm about 5'5", a bit malnourished, long, mousy, scraggly, mousy brown hair that goes down like chest length. muddy brown eyes, set sunken within, just a very plain face, just utterly forgettable, which serves me in my ordinary line of work. And if you look closely, you sort of see a bit of like some twigs and a bit of like forest vegetation poking out of the hair around my temples, and a bit going around the back of my head, almost like some sort of well, let's call it an elder cross for now.
Excellent. Let's move on. Ned, why don't we do you next?
Right then. You see a jolly rotund, sir. Shining armor, though it's beat to hell on the inside. And across the chest, you see a tower with a sword. Trickles of blood run down it. This is Sir Reginald. That's me. Don't forget the name. Sir Reginald Vormont Crumblebum the Third. Third of my name there.
I've just like fully broken the stream. I'm so sorry. Hold on one second.
Oh no! Oh shit!
No, that was
My
supposed to be
gorgeous looks, wasn't it?
that was supposed to be a slideshow that was going through everyone. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Well, there's him. There he is. You should be able to see him now. All right, you keep talking. I'll get us looking normal again.
I'm just a big old teddy bear, that's all. That's all you need to know about me.
Most excellent. All right, well, we have one more member of our trio right now, so why don't we move on to you, Tyler? Tell us a little bit about you.
Well then, I'm sure you all know Wellington Silkfoot, the famed swordsman. I am a short little halfling, red hair, but my spirit is large. I am dressed in a beautiful white shirt, red chest hair showing, blue silk pants with a red sash just for a little flair, and a yellow silk addition to my rapier. I'm sure you've all heard of me, because I am so famed and so loved.
Undoubtedly, undoubtedly. All right, well, Ava, Wellington, and Misty Dark Place. The time is yours.
Well, me pa always said, you can wrap silk around your foot, but it doesn't make you a silkfoot. So let's march on, my friends.
Well said, my little friend. Well said.
I don't think your dad and my dad would have gotten along very well.
No.
Well, you might not have known my dad, Ava, but he's a fine gent. He would have sold you something nice to cover up all those rags you're wearing there. Yeah.
Pay no mind to the little one. I'm sure he means well. Yeah.
Oh, of course. I just should always dress for success.
Right then. Look, where in the name of the gods are we? I just remember having a few drinks with a few gullible people, and now waking up here. I don't like not knowing where I am.
I know exactly where we are.
Well, big man, speak up.
Oh, sorry, did y'all say something?
You heard me. Where are we?
I rightly don't know. I thought you knew. Well, the road seems to be that way. I suppose we better move on foot.
The famed Wellington Silkfoot will lead the way. And I'll just start marching. Sword out in front.
Great, and off you go.
Wait, where's my horse?
You look around, and though you had left Bertha finally tied to one of the horse catches that the Vistani had for their beasts of burden that pulled their wagons, you see no sign of her now.
Bethy! and I look at Ava, and I'm like, "You took my horse."
It looks that way, yeah. You're lucky you still have your clothes.
Well, they're gonna rightly pay for that one. They will. And I go off after Wellington.
That we can agree on. And she follows as well.
You head off, following the winding road for not how long, you can't actually be quite sure. Time has a strange motion here. You walk along the road, and any landmines that you might use to identify your position are far off, obscured by the swirling, twisting mists around you. The gnarled trees and branches seem to close in around you with an oppressive feel as you make your way along the road. Off in the distance, you can hear the cawing of crows. Before too long, the trees begin to fall away, and you come out into a more open plain. For leagues in any direction, you can see what looks to be some sort of farmland, where only sort of dark green, hearty vegetables, cabbages, leeks, potato plants seem to be sprouting. You can see only a few vague silhouettes meandering miserably, plodding through the wet mud of their fields, pulling up limp, undersized crops and depositing them into sad-looking carts drawn by emaciated and dour-looking beasts of burden. Continuing on farther, you finally arrive at what seems to be a village, that is not the cheerful villages you had grown accustomed to perusing the land as mercenaries. Strange shapes loom in the distance, the houses looking decrepit and slanted, almost like they were about to fall over, as if held up by nothing but the will of this place, of this land. And in the distance, high on a hill, you see, dominating the horizon and landscape of this place, a massive castle. Intimidating in its stature and structure, with storm clouds whirling about its many spires. But you think to yourselves, perhaps another day, and head into the village. The long muddy streets are not paved, but simple dirt pathways. The people that you pass along the roadside give you suspicious looks, keeping out of your way, none giving you a greeting or so much as a glance in your direction, keeping their eyes down and focused to their business. As you come to the sort of center of this town, you see a building with light pouring out of an open door, a sign dangling over the entrance reading "Blood of the Vine Tavern." You can hear faint jumbles of sound and commotion coming from inside. Somewhere off in the distance, the only other sound that can be heard is a woman sounds like hawking wares, selling some sort of strange meat pie. Dream pastries, get your dream pastries.
Oh shit!
But you stand before the Blood of the Vine Tavern. Time is yours.
Are there any horses out front?
No, there are not.
There's no animals out front.
Not that you can see.
Well, come on, Reggie, let's go get a drink. Ava?
You hear like from Ava's stomach, you hear this like
Maybe some food too.
bloody hell, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Go to.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Great. Making your way in.
Yep.
Pushing through the doors, you find the tavern sparsely populated and just as dour as the outside streets were. You see a number of figures sat around tables. A few look up at the sound of your entering, casting dark looks in your direction, but none much stir, and before too long turn back to their business. the people here are sallow-skinned with dark circles under their eyes and that don't look all too happy or pleasant. A pudgy little man, balding on top, with a bushy red bristled beard, sits behind the counter, polishing a dirty glass with an even dirtier rag.
Wellington will like, I don't know, figure out a way to like jump up on a stool, maybe like jump off of like Reggie's leg or something, like step on one of his crease in his armor to like bolt up onto the
hold
stool.
on there, little one. Oh, Christ almighty.
And then yeah, just like he's on and off and up on the chair before you can even react, Reginald. And then he just looks at the barkeep and he's like, Wellington Silkfoot at your service, my friend. Could I get myself a drink and my friends here maybe some food?
Ava sinks so deep into her like hood. Like a commotion starts.
Reginald throws an arm around her and pulls her in like, don't be like that. It's going to be a grand old time.
As soon as getting out of here, you'd be finding a dagger in your ribs right now.
Ava, let it go. Come on, Reggie's just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, so the barkeep looks up, his watery little eyes coming to focus on you. It seems like he has to take a minute to really take in what it is he's seeing before here. And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, you must be the new lot. Well, come in, I can get you something to drink and eat. Please have a seat. Our pickings are sparse, but you won't find much better here in Borovia."
Well, what have you got?
Wine and food, my friend.
Oh, well, wine we have aplenty. It will just be the cheap stuff. All I have on Basque right now. Red Dragon Crush, we call it. And as for food, I can get you a little bone broth stew. It's thin, but it will warm your bones. Have a seat.
Did you say wine?
We've got wine, a little bit left in the reserve.
What about the ale?
You'll not find ale here, my friend. Wine is the blood of this valley.
What kind of godforsaken place have I come to?
Come on, Reggie. Drink is drink. You have a few of them and you won't know the difference, my friend.
All right, thanks for the reminder.
You have more than a few, and you wake up surrounded by mist in somewhere you don't recognize. I'm not touching any of that shit.
They just wanted the services of the famed Wellington Silkfoot. Can you blame them, Ava?
Probably not. They didn't have to bring me along with them.
Okay, well,
What would we do without your bright and cheery demeanor, love? Right, 3 cups of wine then, barkeep.
Well, let's make it 4. Ava doesn't want any, and we'll each have 2.
Not gonna argue with that logic, Wellington.
Only right. You should have a little bit of a few meager peckings before the end. Have a seat over there. I'll bring it over to you.
I wonder what he meant by that dark comment.
He probably doesn't know my skill with the rapier, my friends.
He goes to the back to prepare your food and wine, and you just hear calling from the back room, and put that little butter knife away before you hurt somebody.
Just like looks at it and goes, puts it away.
Great. So you go to take your seats, finding an empty table at the melancholic bar, or in the sort of dining area, and sort of maybe looking around at some of the strange trappings of this place. But before too long, Reggie, you feel a small tugging on maybe the sort of scruff of your cloak.
It's Winnie.
What's this halfling doing here? Yeah, I look down at my cloak and I see if
looking down, you see a small shop, and one arm is clutching what looks like a raven, with one wing sort of dangling loosely, as if injured. The other hand still clasped on the ruff of your cloak, tugging. And she looks up at you with big, bright, pleading eyes, and she says, "Excuse me. This little bird is hurt. I don't wonder if one of you could help it."
Based on our classes.
I don't mean to be rude, but mechanically, I'm not much of a healer, love. No, I think. Oh man, I'm gonna make a roll for this. Hold on. Okay. So he looks down at this little girl and he goes, "All right, love, give it here. I gotta put my hands down for the bird."
She holds it up, offering it up to you, and places it in your outstretched hands, and then sort of clasps her hands back together and runs them against each other worriedly.
Is it alive? Like,
it is, but you can tell from picking it up. You know, it's easy to tell that its wing has been broken and damaged. And inspecting it further, you can see there are it's bleeding in several places. You wager it was attacked by perhaps a group of another kind of animal.
Ava will sort of lean into Reggie and go, "Killing that thing would be a mercy."
Ava, shh.
Don't you shush me.
Right, well, let me see what I could do. Hold on, then. And he kind of he buries into his pack and he pulls out a piece of like a quill, like that he would use for like writing, and he kind of puts it on the wing and he's really trying as hard as he can.
Oh, bless you.
He's trying. I'm gonna make a medicine roll. He's just trying to make like a little splint for this girl for the wing of the crow. And that's a 5, so that's good. So
My God.
so his big bubbling fingers are trying to make a splint for this bird.
So you try to like makeshift a splint for the little bird's wing. But you're using your mailed hands to try to do this delicate work. You accidentally maybe just put a little too much pressure on it, and you can see the raven like sticks its head up into the air, opening its beak wide. It's too weak to actually produce a call, but you can tell you're causing it further pain. And the little girl, so she sort of like keeps looking up and at you and back to the bird, and up at you and back to the bird. Is he going to be okay?
I'll put my hand on the little girl and be like, my friend Reggie here doesn't seem to have quite the healing touch, but is there a medic around that we can pay for the services? I got a little coin to spare, and I'll just put a gold coin in her hand.
Oh, great. Why don't we also announce to the bar that we frequently look up off into the distance, not paying attention to our surroundings, and are loaded with gold? Perfect. This is fabulous.
Well, now, Ava, I don't think letting the bar know that we're loaded with gold is a good idea.
That's what I'm...
I mean, just look at me, my friends. Anyone who looks at me is going to know I'm loaded with gold, so I don't think giving a coin here or there is going to make much of a difference.
Right. Well, if I would have banded, I'd rob you, Wellington.
You could try, my friends.
Whoa, careful there, little one.
You are both proving my point over and over again.
Lighten
To-
up, Ava.
To answer your question, I'm afraid that there are not many who know the healing arts here. I know that there is someone who can heal people in Valaki, but not here in Borovia, I am afraid. I had hoped that you all look at such bright and daring adventurers. I had hoped that perhaps you could help.
I'm sorry, I'm just too quick that I don't get hit, you know?
I think Reginald's gonna kind of. All right, here's the dad energy of the episode. Reginald's gonna kneel down next to this little girl, and he's gonna go, "You know, little one, sometimes there are moments in life when you need to let go."
Well, I did let go of it. I gave it to you.
Right. But the bird is ready to let go. Don't have the strength left to fight, my love.
Oh, you mean that the bird is going to die?
Love. Now, it'll be a better peace than if we tried to keep it alive. It's in pain, it's suffering, you see. Now, I'll leave it up to you what you'd like me to do. And I could give you the bird back if you like. Or I could, well, lay it to rest, so to speak, and take care of it for you.
She looks sadly to the bird, and then looks back up at you, eyes going wider and wider, and you can see the beginnings of tears start to well up in the corners of her eyes. But she puts on a brave face and sort of like straightens up her posture and clenches her little fists and holding them tightly to her chest. She looks almost regal now and says, "No, if you think that is what is best for the poor creature, I only wanted to help it, and if you think that is the best way to help it, then I suppose that is best. Horrible things happen so much here. I had hoped that perhaps this bird could be a bit different."
Well, allow me to give you a non-horrible thing. And he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out like a little pressed flower, like a dandelion, but it's like pressed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's been keeping them on him. And he hands her this little flower, and with these big old male mitts, he like tries to like put the flower out a little bit and make it seem like it's a fresh flower, and he just kind of hands the flower to her.
She takes it in her little hand and she looks at it, marveling at it for a moment. She says, "Wow, what is this?"
For back home, it's a weed, but I grew up with them and I used to love them so. And I always used to think they were extraordinary, even though they are just ordinary.
Goodness, we haven't anything of this kind here. You must be from far away. Well, thank you. I shall treasure it. This is a most kingly gift.
Keep it safe.
Oh,
And
shit.
To keep it.
Oh, shit.
Don't give it away, Campbell.
At which point, the barkeep comes back over and carrying 3 flagons of wine in one hand and an array of bowls of stew along the other arm. And he comes over and he says, "What is all this then? What is these dead animals on my nice clean tables?"
Reginald picks up the bird, snaps its neck, throws it out the window. I'm kidding. What? Just, food! Fucking open window behind him.
Right,
well, don't
tosses
waste
them
it.
into a pot.
No, I think he picks up the bird and kind of places it on the bench. Like, is it a bench, Trevor, or are they like
No,
wooden
they'd be chairs.
stools?
Yeah.
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 So there's three of us. So he puts it on like the stool next to his,
Yeah.
and just kind of pats on the bird, and then goes, "Right, I'll take the wine, and let one go ahead and run along to your parrot."
Great. So, yeah, she, excuse me. Yes. So, he says, "All right then." He puts the wine down in front of each of you, as well as the bowls of stew. And Irena also looks up at the barkeep and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I brought it in, and I just wanted to see if they could help this poor bird, fix its wing. It's broken." And the barkeep says, "Oh, well, little lady, why didn't you say so? I can fix it up, right?" And he looks at you, Wellington, and sort of mutters under his breath, "With a bit of bone broth and salt." And so he leaves the bowls of stew and the mugs, picks up the bird and turns around and goes back into the back room. So then this little girl, also looking back up at all of you, says, "Well, thank you for your help. What are you? What are your names?"
Well, little one, my name is Reginald Vormont, Crumblebum the Third. Third in my name of Castle Crumblebum.
That's a funny name for a castle.
Ah, well, it's been around for damn near 2 centuries.
Oh, well, I hope it doesn't crumble anytime soon.
That's a good one. I hate that fucking joke.
Oh shit!
Like under his breath, where she can't hear him. He's like, they're always saying it's gonna crumble.
Wellington Silkfoot at your service.
A pleasure. Oh goodness, you're nearly as tall as I am.
Hey, don't count me out just because I'm short, all right?
Oh, I never would. I can't count that very high yet.
But my feet move quick, so don't you blink, lass, or I'll be gone in a heartbeat.
Well, I shall keep my eyes wide open.
And the quiet one over there, she might not want to introduce herself, but she's all right.
She just gives you a grateful nod as she is already sort of starts drinking her bone broth.
And tell me, little one, what's your name?
Me? Oh, why, my name is... And you hear the door to the bar slam open. Irena! What is it you have been... If I've told you once, I have told you 100 times, you cannot run off like that. A man enters, white wispy hair goes down past his shoulders. He's dressed quite finely, far more finely than any of the individuals, patrons of the bar. And you see trailing along behind him, clutching at the pant leg, is a young boy also with that long wispy white hair, who's sort of like peeking out from behind, presumably his father's leg, seeming a little spooked at the crowd of people and the commotion. The individual makes his way over and says, and sort of picks the little girl, little Irena, up. And kind of holds her like saddled in one arm, and she looks just a little resigned, like she's just used to it at this point. He looks around at all of you and says, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry to have bothered you all. She's spirited, you see."
This is quite the little rebel you got in your hands there.
Oh, undoubtedly so. I hope she didn't give you too much trouble.
No, she had a little bird she wanted to be saved, and, frankly, to be spoken, it was on death's door, so...
Oh, Irena, we have, and he just sort of like takes her around and is holding her up in front of him. We have talked about this, Irena. You cannot go around trying to save every hurt little animal that you find. They are dangerous. This valley is full of dangers. One of them could hurt you. Please forgive me, my friends. My name is Ismark Velakjovich. I am understeward of this fair town. Tell me, I don't recognize you. You must be new in Borovia.
Oh, yes, me, Wellington, and Ava here found ourselves out in the dirt road about a couple hours past. Not realizing how we got here.
I see. You wouldn't happen to be the adventuring sort, would you? Fighters, mercenaries, those of power and import, perhaps?
It's funny you mention that, because we were hired on a sort of mission to to find two children, wasn't it, Wellington? 2 kids?
Yeah. Thorn and what was that other one's name?
Rose. It was Rose.
Rose.
Ah.
Yeah. Thorn and Rose, and you must know me. I'm the famed Wellington Silkfoot.
It's all right if you haven't heard of him. It's all right.
Well, I do cry your pardon, Senor Silkfoot, but it is very rare that much news travels to Borovia. I am sure you are acclaimed in your land, but we are bereft, I am afraid, of your lineage.
Well, I will put that issue to rest.
Oh, goodness me.
That's what
And as
what
you
need help with, my friends.
As you wave your rapier around, both the Ismark who is speaking to you and the little boy clinging to his pant leg sort of like jerk back and throw their hands up in all like almost the exact same way as they're startled by the brandishing of your weapon.
No need to fear, little lads. Wellington at your service.
Well, you are most welcome in the city. But of 2 young children, Rose and Thorn, I'm terribly afraid I can't say that I know any children of those names here in the city. And at which point, Irena pipes up, and she says, "I know them." And Ismark looks down at her. Wait, what do you mean? I've seen them. There is an older girl and a younger boy, yes?
That's right. Yeah. Where are they, child?
Well, I've seen them sometimes at the house at the end of Amber Lane, the old Durst Manor. I see them around there sometimes.
We might as well just go knock on the Durst store then, I suppose.
Oh, Irena, I have told you there are many dangerous parts of the city, but you are never, ever, never to go down the end of Amber Lane. My friends, if your quarry brings you to the old Durst Manor, then you must consider it lost. For I would not see you venture there, not for any reason.
Why not, old man? Is there a reason?
Well, you see, it's the old Durst Manor. It has a bit of a reputation. It's a dangerous place, cursed, haunted. Some say. Over the years, it has been destroyed many times, and yet the next day, always does it rise again, as if nothing had ever happened. It is an evil place.
Davina turns around at her table.
You see, turning around at one of perhaps the table next to you. Campbell, do you want to give us a little intro to Davina?
Oh.
I'll say I turn around at my table, and I kind of I still have my big leather bush hat on, and I just kind of like take my hat off and turn over my shoulder, and Sir Reginald, you hear in your head, "Did you say Durst Manor?"
Oh shit!
and I'm kind of holding eye contact with you, and you see turning around at the table, mostly hair, like big bushy black hair
Good gold.
with silver streaks, and it's going white at the roots. She's tall but just long, seems to be like lacking muscle and look gaunt in the face. Her olive skin is starting to go a little green. And from the side that is turning to you, Reginald, she looks totally normal. And then as she turns a little bit farther, you can see that the whole right side is burn scars. And one white eye on the right, and the right ear is almost missing.
Wow.
And she just holds your gaze for a moment.
And he's like trying to put two and two together of like how, like what that noise was in his head, but there's like an unspoken kind of like, was that you? That was you? Okay. And he just goes, I just manor.
And she'll slowly put on her bush hat again. And as she stands up, she's eye to eye with you, Reginald.
Whoa.
And then I'll just look at little Ismark and go, and he'll hear in his head, boo.
He jumps a full foot into the air, but he's still hiding behind his father. So on the way up, he catches his father's cloak. So you just see, like, for a moment, the cloak rise up into the air, and then he falls down onto his butt and scrambles back up to his feet and like pulls his dad's cloak fully around him, kind of wrapping himself in it, and just sits there shivering. Ismark looks down and says, "Oh, Ismark, please, there's nothing to fear here. This is our tavern. This is our home. Please comport yourself." Excuse the boy's behavior. He's a bit jumpy.
He always is. And I'll kneel down to little Irena, and I'll say, "You have to stop bringing animals in this bar. Animals carry diseases."
Oh, all right. I can't argue with the wisdom of one who has clearly seen so much as you.
Do you want me to take him?
Well, the barman already has gone away with him somewhere. I don't know where.
All right. I'll take it from here.
Take my lady. What do you mean take?
I have been looking for them, I think. You all are going to Old Durst Manor?
Well, if the kids are there, then that's where our mission takes us.
What is kids? Whose kids are these?
Ava?
A bunch of, look, we were out just normal night, right, having a few drinks, just happened to sort of stumble upon each other, and now here we are. They're just a few desperate looking folks, brightly coloured clothes, wild looking hair. They brought us out to like this camp, right, where they have all these like carriages in a circle, and they say they're looking for these kids, and we thought, well, I don't know what these two thought, but I thought they have a bit more money than wits, so I just wanted to get myself some. But now here I am stuck. So if those two kids are my way out, then that's what I'm
Davina, you do have a distant, vague memory of the strangers that Ava is describing, these colorful characters. You too remember the circle of wagons, the brightly colored clothing, and the dancing, and the copious wine, and promises of payment for tasks rendered.
I know the ones. And I think I know the place. Do I know the place, DM? Could I lead them there?
You could. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll walk up to the barkeep, and I'll take out a silver in the way that kind of you go, "Here, let me give you some money for gas." And I'll put a silver on the bar and kind of slide it over to him, but keep 2 fingers on it.
To the barkeep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it, Davina. You get me next time.
All right. I will see you later.
Travel safe. Safe
Now,
as you
hold
can.
on. Hold on just a moment. I don't know you from my uncle. So what's to say that you're trustworthy, love?
I have been to this place before. I can't tell you much about it. I can take you to its door. But I have reasons to go back in. But not enough ways to keep myself safe inside, alone.
So you can confirm the barkeep's words that this place is dangerous, yes?
It is incredibly dangerous.
I really, and Ismark pipes up again. I really must again voice my strong opposition, friends, to your going to this place. It is not safe. The curse. But I do see the fear in your eyes. And while I will again say you should avoid it at all costs, if you are insistent upon going there, I suppose you could ask the burgomaster about it. He may know a bit more than I. Whether it will be enough to serve you while you are there, I cannot say, but maybe better.
Oh, where is he? Where can we find him?
He'll be in the burgomaster's mansion up at the top of the hill. He's a good man, Vasily Van Holt.
Van Holt. Oh, yes. Oh, no! Oh, no!
That's meta knowledge. We cannot treat that with anything other than what it is.
Oh, God.
Oh my fucking god. Okay.
Oh,
Reg?
shit.
Looks like Scary Lady wants to join us. Should we carry on? Scary Lady? I don't think I caught your name. And he'll like reach up to.
Reginald will lift him by the waist so that he's on height with her to shake her hand.
Okay.
I like it.
And I'll turn so you're getting mostly the white, like spooky, milky eye, and shake your little hand. And in your head, you hear. And in your head, you hear, "It is Davina." And then I'll say to everybody out loud, "It Davina Van Dees."
Well, Davina, I'd love to have you along. You seem like you usually can handle yourself in a fight.
I'm a delight. And I put my bush hat on and I start walking out the front of the tavern.
I lean into Ava and I'm like, that seems to be an understatement, wouldn't you say?
I think she's the coolest person we've met since we've been here.
So we I imagine we all start heading out. And as we're heading out, I'm like, well, we're definitely going to need to negotiate that contract a bit more if it's going to be this dangerous. So we've got a fourth person with us.
And as you I'll get up and make your way out of the door, leaving both Ismarks and Irena to stand behind. Irena gives a wave to you all as you go and calls out after you. Oh, good luck. Do be safe.
And and Reginald will do like a big old like bow with his arm out to the little Irena and be like, now you stay safe and don't go going into any trouble now. And keep that flower nice and safe.
I shall keep the flower most safe. Staying out of trouble, however, I cannot promise.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Don't encourage her, please.
Or would you let the kid be a kid, for Christ's sake? No, I'm kidding.
Ava sort of like resets the hood of her cloak and just sort of turns, as she's walking out, just turns behind her and says, I was never here. Just
Wellington will like real quick drink the rest of her drink.
yes.
Awesome.
All yours.
All right.
Wellington, I've been meaning to tell you about that. You might want to go to a meeting or two once we get back to
How do you think I keep my spirits up, my friend? Spirits for the spirits.
That.
I can't handle how every time Tyler speaks, he actually looks up.
It's so sweet.
Gets me too. I'm like, yep. I can
It's
actually
so
imagine
sweet.
that Tyler, who's taller than me, is actually like 4'1". Yeah.
All right, so you find yourselves back out in the cold on the dark streets of Borovia. The time is yours. What would you like to do? Would you like to go and speak to the burgomaster as Ismark advised, or do you want to, or Davina can lead you right to the house? The time is yours.
Davina,
Mm.
you've been here a bit longer than we have. You know this place, at least somewhat.
Yeah.
I imagine. I'm a little discouraged to see you, as someone who's clearly not from here, still here. Because I'm not from here, and this place is kind of a shithole, and I'd really like to get out.
I don't think it's as simple as all that.
I was worried you might say that.
As far as I can tell, you have no choice about coming or going. I've made a good try at going, but here I stand.
Is that how you got that eye?
Yes.
Do you think
Dusty.
A cat appears. Do you think if we can figure out what's going on in that house, then maybe that'd be a way out for us and for you?
I don't know that I can promise this, nor that I can't pretend to have much interest in it. I lost someone inside, to be truthful. I have been there before. And she kind of like rotates she has a ring, a wooden kind of rough-hewn, druid-crafted ring on her left hand. I do not know what fate she met, but I have not seen her alive or dead since. And I must go back in and either come out with her or not at all. Shall we go to this man and see what he knows?
Yes, let's go talk to this burger man. I'm sure he'll have something for us.
Yes. To the burger man. Would you like to pretend to lead?
Yes, I would. And I'll start marching.
All right.
Fantastic.
And I'll like lean into Davina and be like, thanks for playing along. He really likes it.
I told you I am a delight.
I like this scary lady.
So you carry on through the muddy streets of the town, coming to what can only be the burgomaster's mansion, sat singularly on a raised hill in the center of the city. That castle looming over, dominating the landscape and the horizon beyond. But you, oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, it got scared. It's nervous. The sneeze is too nervous. You can't do it on camera.
It's really hard to
That's
sneeze.
performance anxiety.
Really hard to sneeze.
Okay, all right.
It's not real sneezes. It's just anxiety sneezes.
Oh, God. All right. I'm sorry. Okay.
That is too funny. Oh gosh.
I got performance anxiety. Okay. But yes, you walk up. The term mansion is maybe is maybe a bit of a misnomer in this case. The building is still, while most of the buildings here are one story, this seems to be the only one in town that bears two. Still quite ramshackle, but certainly a little more fanciful than the other dwellings within town. You approach the front step, and there is a huge knocker on the door, a brass wolf's head with a swinging knocker hanging from its maw.
Right?
Reggie, could you give me a boost?
I sure could, little one. Hold on. And I lean down and I grab him and kind of move him up to the knocker. And
Burger Man!
It is frightfully chilling to the touch as you grab hold of it, Wellington. And as you knock it against the door, it seems to ring out eerily through the night air, as if the entire home is resonating with the rhythms of the knock, making it almost more of a gong than a simple knock. But before too long, the front door swings open, seemingly of its own accord.
well, that's not spooky.
I'm gonna reach out to if there's somebody within 30 feet of us as we walk in the door, and I'm just gonna say knock knock.
Great. They can they communicate back with this power of yours?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. That's right, right? I think they can communicate with me as long as I hold the connection.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you reach out with your mind, expanding your consciousness out within the house, seeing if there is a denizen within with whom you can communicate. And as you do so, you do feel a consciousness touch your mind, but it's strange. You almost can't tell if it's back through your method of communication or not. It just feels a little different, but you do hear a voice come back to you. Please, come inside.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I feel like
Hello?
Wellington, not even knowing this was happening, would just be like, as the door opened up, be like, they must have been expecting me. And they're like, Martian.
Well, now hold on, that. No. Wellington.
Back by
You make your way inside. The inside is richly decorated, betraying the sort of rough and tumble facade of the building. A huge grand staircase leads up to a terrace on the second floor, at the top of which is a heavy wooden door, which, as you make your way into the dimly lit house, lit by candlelight in sconces lining the walls, the door at the top of the staircase also swings open, and you hear, all of you now hear a voice. Come in, friends, please, have a word.
Oh God, those musical climaxes.
They're really getting us.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start taking the stairs 2 at a time.
Ava's sort of going up the side of the, I assume, of what I assume is sort of a grand staircase, just turning back to the rest of the party, saying, look, if anyone with this much grandeur leaves their door open, then they're asking for it, aren't they? And she, like, as you're looking at her, you notice she has a dagger in her hand as she's like kind of making her way up.
Ava, you hear in your head, are you a scaredy cat or are you just smart?
And do I get the sense that I can communicate back without speaking?
Yeah, you probably feel like what it feels like when I'm communicating is like somebody just opened a window in winter and you can feel that the window is still open.
Okay. So she will reach back through that window and say, I'm smart enough to be scared.
All right.
And you're all probably like laughing at Wellington as he just struts ahead. Like, this guy's expecting me.
Crumblebum is
He just said his name, Campbell.
I know.
That's right. Laugh it up while you can.
Oh, that's funny.
He's looking around and looking for exits. He's like trying to clock ways out if they have to leave.
There are other doors along this sort of main entrance hallway, but all of them are closed to you. The only door that you can know for sure leads back out is this one that you are just now entering through.
Right. So Reginald will take up the rear.
Great. So all making your way up the staircase and entering through that heavy wooden door into a very cozy room. There are fur rugs that coat the floor and tapestries along the wall, giving it a very warm, comfortable feel. A fire is crackling merrily in the fireplace to the wall on one side, and there is one large bay window on the far wall as you enter in, framed perfectly in Wish. Again, the outline of that castle up on the hill. Sat at a desk just in front of that big bay window sits a man swirling a glass of wine in his fingers, poring over documents, seemingly looking over papers of some sort. And he raises his head as you come in, darkly handsome with really deep black eyes. His jet black hair runs back and is tied in a tight ponytail. He's dressed resplendently, but modestly. He has sort of like an open peasant's shirt with a little bit of a extravagant vest over top of it. And tight dark pants. As he sort of he takes some half moon glasses off of his, slides them off his nose and places them on the desk in front of him as you enter, and leans back with his wine glass, swirling it around a bit, and looks up at all of you and says, I do not recognize you. You must be new. Well, my name is Vasily van Holt, burgomaster of fair Borovia. I bid you welcome.
Well, thank you for the kind welcome, Vasily. We don't mean to sound rude, but I don't rightly know exactly where Borovia is.
Yes. So many poor souls never hear of it until it is too late and are already ensnared in its clutches. I am afraid, my friends, that you are far from home. This is a cursed place, ruled over by the Lord here, the devil. But we do not speak his name in polite company.
Do you know why we would have been ensnared? Who chooses who is ensnared?
It is difficult to say. Fate chooses to bring people here for one reason or another. That is not mine to say. I am but a humble public servant.
Wellington elbows Reggie's lower thigh, knee, whatever's about elbow range, and goes ha, they just needed Wellington services. How can we help my friends? And where can I find the burgers?
Yes, I should have been more clear. We are here to make way for the little one. And we must to find 2 children in the old Durst manor. And we are headed there now, but we were told to come to you for more information.
The old Durst manor. That is a sad tale indeed. I am sure, of course, you have been warned of the danger of this place.
Well
Yes.
warned.
But it's abandoned, am I to understand? Is that correct?
Well, so the common parlance goes, but abandoned, I am thinking not so much. You see, It is an old tale to do with the old Durst Manor, some 400 and some change years back, if my reckoning is correct. So please forgive me that the story now told to you is subject to the whims of historians, you understand. But if I remember correctly, the Dursts were a prominent family before the coming of the devil. They grew the amber grain that fed the fair people of this valley. But when the devil came, so too did his mists, obscuring the sun and choking the life out of the grain. You can imagine this did quite a number on the old Durst clan, and desperate to maintain their station, they turned to other means of self-betterment, darker means. The house is still rife with the trappings of their activities. Do be careful if you approach.
Dark magic?
Amongst others,
Why would 2 children go there?
well, this I cannot say. And children have a precocious mind unreadable to those who have aged out of that beautiful innocent time.
Is it possible someone could have taken them there?
It is entirely possible. Many have gone missing in the old Durst Manor. And many yourselves.
Trevor.
Yes?
You cut out at the most terrible time for me.
Oh,
What
gosh.
was the last sentence you said?
Many have been lost, have gone missing near the old Durst Manor. And many brave adventurers, such as yourselves.
That doesn't
Yes.
bode well for us, does it?
They must
The-
just not be as good as swordsmen as me.
Oh, give her
Crumblebum.
Right, watch where you're swinging that thing. You're at it, family jewel hat.
Ah, Reggie, easy now. You know I got better control than that.
You are putting at risk Crumblebum the Fourth.
Yes.
Well, maybe this world's not ready for a Crumblebum the Fourth. And he'll elbow Ava.
I will say, however, if you are determined to make a march upon this place, that certainly serves my interests. This is my city, after all. And having a haunted house so prominently displayed among it does tend to cast a pall over the place. I would be most grateful if you were able to solve the mystery of this place and could add, in addition to whatever fee you may receive for rescuing these wayward children, a reward of my own.
Go on.
A prize of gold, as well as my eternal thanks.
Well, why didn't you just say so?
Is there
Right.
anything you can do to fortify us in this journey? We are without healing. Do you have anything that can help?
I wish that I could. My heart cries to aid. But as I say, I am but a humble public servant, and the resources of my people are stretched thin as it is.
Right. Well, I guess we'll just have to depend on brawn and brains, so to speak. The two
I got
being separate,
both.
not together.
I think I know where we can find each of those.
Well, my friends, and I do hope you do not mind if I call you friends, I do wish you luck. And I do know that I am hoping for your success. It would benefit all in the Borovia most greatly, and it would be such a shame to lose adventurers so... And Ava, he locks eyes with you at this moment. So intriguing as yourselves.
I think it would be a shame as well. I just want to get home.
Undoubtedly. And Perhaps if there are powerful magics contained within this place, perhaps there is something that can clear your way to return. One more thing, my friend. There is one more thing I wish for you to keep apprised of as you journey through the mansion. A relic that is of particular interest to me, a crystal ball. Should you come across such an artifact in your travels through the house, I would be most grateful if you could return it to me.
We will do our best.
I'll be sure to keep my eye out for such a trinket.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe, just maybe, this crystal ball is cursed.
Everything in Borovia is cursed, my dear.
I was cursed long before I was born. Choosing me was perhaps not the most original idea.
Or perhaps, you know what they say, cliches are cliches for a reason.
Right. Well, I suppose we'll be on our way then if there isn't anything else.
I will hold you no longer. Go now, with my blessing and best wishes. Good luck, new friends.
I'm gonna turn and put my hat on and start back down the stairs.
Yeah, Ava follows, but has just the briefest moment where she's sort of like remembering getting specifically looked at by this person and like perhaps saying more to a stranger than she ever would. And that's just that she like sort of reprimands herself silently as she follows Davina out.
Yeah,
And,
Wellington will give a bow and head out. And then he'll lean into Reginald and be like, not even a single burger? How do you get the title burgomaster and you don't even feed your guests?
I'll tell you later, my dear friend. Come on.
No burgers, but I have heard that the Durst wheat was so cursed that any bread made from Durst Manor became a limp biscuit.
Whoa! Whoa!
Damn it, Kay.
Holy
Well, with
shit.
that, why don't we take 10, my friends? We'll give y'all a break and give everyone in chat a break. Thank you so much for tuning in, friends.
That's
We will be
amazing.
back in, let's give it a 10, yeah?
Yeah.
So
10
don't go
minutes, bro.
nowhere. There's still plenty of spook to come. Thanks, everybody.
Take a second, take a deep breath. I know that was a really bad pun. You're going to be okay.
That was amazing. I'm rolling the mental damage right
Yeah,
now.
1d4 damage in chat for the bad joke.
See you in 10, y'all.
See ya.
Thank you, 10.
Okay. Okay, great. Hi, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We just had a slight technical difficulty, so we're just getting all of our links back in, and we'll be ready to roll here again in a second. It's not a Goons production without something going wrong.
Sing a song. Sing a song, Trevor.
Oh, what song should I sing?
You should sing I Dreamed a Dream.
I don't know that song.
Give me a little yesterday.
Ooh, good choice.
That's
Yes,
my Maya Goodnight song.
yesterday, all my dice rolls were going astray.
Yes.
Now I died and I can no longer play.
Nice.
Oh, I believe in D&D.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a freaking musical genius, Trevor.
And we're back. Okay, there we go.
Are we
Saving
recording?
Rispig just said play Freebird.
Are we recording, Kay?
We are, yes, thank you. We are recording. We are streaming. Everyone's picture is back. We should be good to go. Speaking
Anyone
of back, if anyone else hits the back button, I will come back to wherever you live and punch you in the back.
Nobody hit
Dude,
the back.
how do I disable this on my mouse? I didn't even mean to. I don't even usually use a mouse on my laptop, but my
I was going to say, how about you throw the
pad
mouse
started
out?
breaking.
Does your mouse have one of those buttons that is like automatically mapped to the back button? Oh, I hate that, and I'm sorry for that. All right, I
I
forgive you.
really hate it.
All right.
Let's dive back in here,
Let's
friends.
do
Thank you for
let's.
being patient with us. So we find ourselves again in the dark streets of the village of Borovia. Making your way through the city, Davina leads you down to Amber Lane, the end of which sits a singular house. 4 stories. It looms taller than almost any other building in the village. The windows are dark, and you can see silk curtains sort of wafting in the breeze of the open, broken down buildings. There's an ominous feel. The layout of the windows almost seem to make it look like the house is staring at you. By an iron portcullis, behind which, emblazoned on the wooden double doors leading into the house, is a sigil, a shield with a windmill emblazoned upon it, and 2 amber waves of grain wreathed around the windmill. You stand before the house. It's quiet. Nothing stirs. Nothing moves. Until, stepping around from the outside, come 2 children. One of them, slightly taller, dark hair and sallow, pale skin. And the other, holding his sister's hand, rubbing the other along his nose, sniffling, with a teddy bear stuffed in the crook of his arm as he wipes the snot from his forehead. They round the bend, standing a small distance away from you. And actually, hang on, I can bring him around here.
Gonna bring the music back in.
Play us in, DJ K.
Ooh, spooky. Spoopy.
DJ KDJ.
Whoa!
Wow, look at that.
We were talking the other day, Campbell and Trevor and I, about potential DJ names for me, because I mentioned that the name of one of my favorite playlists is AD4K, because it's like ADHD but with better resolution.
So good.
That might be my DJ name.
Good.
So the children come around the corner here, looking at you. The little one appears afraid at your sudden appearance and tries to back up a little bit, scurry back around the side of the house, presumably to safety. But his sister gives an annoyed tut, holding on to his hand and yanking him back by her side. She looks appraisingly at all of you and says, "Who are you?"
Hey, who are you?
Me? My name is Rosavalla, but you can call me Rose. This is my brother. He goes by Thorn. Have you come to help us?
Little ones, we're here to get you out of here.
Oh, there is no getting out for us, I am afraid. There is a monster in the basement of our house, and we cannot leave it until it is dealt with.
This is your house?
Yes, we have lived here for all of our lives.
What is this monster?
We do not know. Mama and Papa would lock us in our rooms to keep us safe from the monster, but we have never seen it.
So, DM, is the charge that these kids, can you remind us that they ran away, that they were taken, what is the charge for us on these kids?
You're not sure. I mean, those who were contracted to find them it was simply put at that, find the children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rose Thorn, we were sent here to get you out.
As I say, there is no out for us. As long as the curse lingers on our house, we cannot leave. Until the monster has been defeated, we are not safe, nor are Mama and Papa. They are still inside. Please, you must help us.
Well, this seems like a perfect job for Wellington Silkfoot. Tell your friends Wellington Silkfoot's the name.
Okay, we don't have any friends. We are, we do
Well,
not.
tell strangers that you see in the streets Wellington Silkfoot. Lead us to this monster so I can banish him.
Right.
Do you intend to lead us on this journey, or can we send you away? Can we send you somewhere safe? You
Oh,
have an
no.
aunt or something?
We are much too afraid of the monster, but we do know how to get you into the house. And as you see them approach and take up positions on either side of the door, and both of them run a singular finger down the length of one of the iron portcullis bars, and you hear sort of a clinking and a clanking and a cantankerous sound coming from within the house. And slowly but surely, the iron bars of the portcullis raise up into the top of the door frame, leaving it open for your passage. Please, you must stop the monster. It makes most horrible sounds from the basement.
Drogar,
Where'd this dragon come from?
Why am I green?
Reginald will draw his sword and shield and just kind of like fix himself in his armor and be like, right then, behind me, everyone. And we'll start to kind of like walk through the door into the house.
Almost without even doing it on purpose, suddenly Davina is just raising her hand, and I'm going to cast Minor Illusion, and running looking back at me and then running through the doorway is a little white rat. With like sapphire blue eyes, and it looks at us and gives us a little nod and then turns and runs ahead, and then it kind of disappears through the doorway. And I'm going to turn to the kid and say, have you seen this rat?
No, there are many animals that make their home in our house, but no, I have never seen one such as this. I am sorry.
All right, I'll follow Reginald.
Making your way into the house, all of you?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wellington is real close behind Reggie. Almost hidden because he's so small. Bouncing back and forth, leg to leg.
Fantastic. The doors creak open, and as you step inside, Rose and Thorn take up position, still standing in the empty door frame, as you all make your way inside. And Rose says, "Thank you, brave heroes. Do be careful and be wary of monsters." And as you make your way deeper into the darker house and turn back towards them, they vanish.
Fuck.
Rose, Thorn.
Welcome to the haunted mansion.
Yes.
And as you call out, Reginald, the doors behind you slam shut. You are now in this sort of entrance portcullis, if you all want to... Oops, hang on. Reveal, not hide. There we go. You are sort of in this entrance area, if you want to move yourselves inside.
Well, that's not great.
And as soon as those doors close, Reginald like kind of takes up like a sword and board kind of stance, and it's like, right on me then.
Oh yeah, and Wellington's like under your legs, like, beware, fiends.
I'm just gonna put an arm out, like stopping Ava, and I'm gonna minor illusion that little white rat again, running a little, looking at us, and then running a little bit ahead of us. And Ava, you hear in your head, she went ahead to scout, and we never saw her again.
Ava is she's not going to respond. She's just going to reach up to her head and just very delicately, like, boonk, pluck out a hair. And she's going to hand it to you, Davina. Is it Davina or Davina?
Davina.
Davina. She's going to hand it to you, Davina. And as soon as it comes into your possession, you hear her voice in your head. I've been tricked far too many times today. I'm going to make sure I can see everything I need to see.
Like Davina leans away from you a little bit, not really knowing what to make of this.
Oh, everything just got so white. Oh my god, a flash of light. She will, seeing you have that reaction, she'll just say, just hold on to that. It'll make it easier for me to reach you.
Hold on, I'm in Death House. It's me in South Philly.
Death House was South Philly the whole time.
The whole time. I'm
All of a sudden,
gonna just
Strahd
take
walks
that.
out with a couple of cheesesteaks.
Going, hey, what's the matter?
This Patsagino's really sucks, huh? These guys think they're all that.
You guys going to Death House?
Yeah. You down there on Pantheon going to Death House?
I didn't order right. They sent me to the back of the line.
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyway.
I'm gonna put it in one of the huge pockets of my greatcoat. This single hair.
Yeah.
All right. All making your way in. So in this first sort of Wellington and Reginald now stand along the wall, along the eastern wall here. There are crossed swords, and in the center, again, that coat of arms with the windmill on a golden field and a grain framing it rest upon here. And there is a single pair of, again, double doors at the end of the hallway ahead of you.
Are you still leading the way, Reginald?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast light on the sigil on your armor.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the
This-
golden sword in the center of the tower just kind of begins to illuminate, and he's like, "Oh, nifty trick that is!" And he kind of leans the shield just a little bit forward as he walks forward. DM Reginald would like to inspect the door in front of me.
Seems pretty regular. A pair of double doors.
And then looking back at that sigil, do I see anything like? Does it look like that's the Durst sigil, like the house sigil of Durst?
It was on the front of the door and now repeated here in this main entranceway. Yeah, you take that to mean this is sort of the coat of arms for the Durst clan, if you will.
As a fighter, as a knight, I would recognize that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're pretty accustomed to sigildry at this point. So yeah, you take that to mean this was the coat of arms for the family.
So I kind of look back at the crew and was like, that seems to be their coat of arms, a windmill on a red background. And the room looks in ruin, DM?
No, actually. The things seem pretty well maintained, oddly enough.
It doesn't look like a house has been run down to me.
Well, let's make our way through this door and show them our coat of arms.
Making your way into the next room.
Oh yeah.
All right, you fling wide the double doors, revealing another sort of main entrance chamber here. Again, sort of richly ornamented and much better lit than you might have expected, and much more maintained than you would have expected. Judging from the facade of the building, you would have expected layers of dust and cobwebs strewn about, but actually, the house looks fairly well maintained and pretty lived in. There's a fireplace here on the western wall, and then you see a doorway, 2 doorways to the north, as well as a little alcove that leads to 2 more doorways.
Oh my god.
And then this spiral staircase that treads upward. The only other notable thing in the room is a portrait laid into the wall of the spiraling staircase. It is a portrait of a pretty severe looking man, balding on top, but with like the pointy frayed hair around the side, specked with gray, and a long pointy mustache coming down from his chin. A woman standing by his side, also with a severe look on her face, almost hawkish in appearance, with dark brown hair in a really vibrant red gown. That with golden inlay that kind of traces down the bodice, and has a large E emblazoned into the fabric in like some really nicely spun silk. 2 children also sit looking a little bored and a little annoyed at sitting for a portrait at the foot of both of these parents. The spitting image of Rose and Thorn, whom you just left behind outside the house.
I'm gonna walk up to this painting and just kind of like run a hand over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, did you say there's a fireplace? Is there a mantle?
There is, yes.
I'm just kind of like running my hand along the mantle, seeing if there's anything on it to find.
No, you do not find anything upon it, and it looks as if the fireplace has not been lit in some time.
We are meant to be going down, yes? To whatever monster is in the basement?
Well, that's to be expected, but I'm still caught off guard with the fact that this place looks like it's been upkept.
I came here under the pretense of being paid, which I'm starting to think is not really going to happen. So if we happen to find anything shiny on our way, I wouldn't be opposed.
DM, can I make a perception check? Like, are the candelabras silver, or is there anything like?
The room is pretty well lit. Certainly, it's lit enough for you to see comfortably. And yeah, there are candles sort of flickering in the sconces along the walls. Was there something you wanted to try to perceive in particular?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there was anything of value, like if the sconces are silver, or if there's.
Yes, in fact, all the ornamentation in this house speaks to the great wealth of those that own it. The candelabra are all finely wrought with pure silver, best you can tell. And the portrait, the fact that they have a portrait in the first place, and we're able to afford a painter to do this lifelike a rendering of the denizens of this home, speaks to the massive wealth of the people who lived here.
Right. Well, Ava, there's your shinies right there.
If they have shinies, as you want to call them, like that, just displayed out in the open for anyone to see, just imagine what they have behind closed doors.
Speaking of closed doors, and I'm gonna walk across. You said there's. What are we looking at?
So you can see on the map here. So there's these white squares on the map here are all doors. So there are 2. You can see 2 right on the north wall here. There are 2 more in this little alcove to the north. There's 1 more door to the south, and then this spiral staircase traveling upwards.
All right. Yeah, Ava's going to start investigating. She's sort of going to slink over to this let's say westernmost door, and she's just going to like put her ear to it and try to listen for anything.
You hear nothing.
Okay. I try the handle.
It is open.
Very carefully, slowly try to open the door and like peek in.
Before you do, Reginald steps in and puts a hand in front of you and goes, "Careful there, lass." And he puts a hand on top of yours and like just subtly moves in front of you as he opens the door.
And behind you, a dagger appears in her hand.
Okay. I thought you were going to say a dagger appears in your back.
And I stab him.
Yep. Wellington will scramble under your legs, Ava, and then be like under Reginald's legs, like with his sword out, ready to go.
Oh, enough of this. Bloody chivalry. I'm over it.
And meanwhile, over on like the south side of the wall, Davina has her ear up to that door, and then just hears a shuffle of all the men piling onto Ava, and turns around and is like, "Oh shit!" And then we'll follow all of you guys into here.
Making your way in here, you find what seems to be a finely ornamented dining room. The centerpiece of this wood panel dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculptured armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware. And resplendent silverware polished to a dazzling sheen. Mounted above the marble fireplace is a mahogany framed painting of an alpine vale. The wall paneling all around the room is carved with elegant images of deer amongst the trees. That is what you find.
I'm going to go walking along the walls,
Mm-hmm.
doing a little tap along the paneling on the walls.
Sure. Give me a perception check, please.
Oh my gosh! Is this the
First roll? Yes.
Oh!
First roll.
All right,
Don't
let me
fuck
do
it
this
up.
on a flat surface. Let me not fuck this up. All right, thank you, D20.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All right.
So as
Spooky.
you move
That's
your
an
way along the
18
walls,
on the die for a dirty 20.
excellent.
Nice.
So as you make your way along the walls, Davina, the room seems totally abnormal, or totally normal. Excuse me.
The walls seem totally fucked up.
Yeah.
But as
Those are
you
some
look,
fucked up walls.
as you look closer at these wooden carvings that line the walls, what at first appears to be just sort of peaceful carved images of deer among the trees, on a closer inspection, you begin to see wolves lurking in the dark crevices between the trunks. A detail that you may not have picked up on a first glance, but otherwise nothing appears out of the ordinary here.
So seeing that, I'm kind of running a finger along the wall, and I'm just gonna, as I'm looking at the wall, I'm just gonna say to everybody, based on their taste in art and decor, keep your eyes peeled where things seem peaceful.
I look at the table. DM, is there anything on the table, like on the dining room table, that's
lots of fine, lots of silverware and cutlery, fine plates. The chairs surrounding it are all velvet cushioned and intricately carved. It would be a fine place to have a meal, but otherwise nothing out of the ordinary for an upscale dining room.
It seems that the Durst family seem to have a lot of money.
Is there a rug under the dining table?
No, the floor in this room is all just wood paneling.
Okay. I'm gonna, while everybody's investigating, I'm gonna start walking around like Jack Sparrow, looking for the cache on the island. Just like taking big, heavy footsteps, walking around, just like listening in the walls and the floor, knowing that we're gonna have to go down.
Sure. Give me another perception check.
All right.
Ava's just pocketing silverware. Anything that is
Now that's
I
a
knew
10.
that was coming.
A 10. For the sake of pacing, I'm gonna say, you scour the room, but you don't find anything that might indicate a path downwards. Maybe knocking on the floor, it's solid wood beneath. You don't locate any secret compartments. You feel like you've pretty well exhausted this room.
Okay. I like take one look peek in the fireplace. I like run a finger along the mantle and I say, she's not here. And I walk out that door back into the main kind of foyer.
Yeah. Drogar will go up to the
Reginald.
door that is next to the one we entered to that room. The one that Davina is right in front of right now, and he'll open that door.
Great. Within, you find a cloakroom. Several black cloaks hanging on the hooks from the walls. A top hat sits up on a high shelf. Seems to be a place to just store extra outwear when they're not in use.
Does the top hat look like well worn? Or is it new?
Looks brand spanking new.
Reginald, I almost did it again. I almost fucking did it again.
Does that top hat look good on me?
Imagine. Reginald will take the top hat and we'll put it on him and kind of turn around and go, "Well, Ava, what do you think?"
Well, okay, so as I like sort of poke my head around the corner and see you holding this hat, I think the trappings of wealth suit you.
You're no fun. He kind of puts the hat back and comes out of the hat room.
That was me being nice.
Yeah, right.
That was me being bloody nice.
Looking at the staircase, I'm gonna say to everybody, if that way is up, I bet this way is down. And they go to this door, the southmost door, facing away from the staircase.
Southerlymost door.
And I'm gonna first knock on it, and then reach out 30 feet in that direction and just say, knock, knock.
Nothing comes back to you.
And then, even though she's kind of been like moving around with a certain amount of confidence, she Davina reaches for the doorknob, and then a dark look kind of comes over her face, and she shakes her head for a second and takes a few steps back, and just says to Ava, there were more. It was not just her. There were more of us here. I cannot remember their names.
Is that door where they?
I don't remember. I don't remember anything inside. And she just goes and leans up against the wall. You get with the shield. Can you get this open?
Yeah, one of you two big, brave, knight-like types. I am inviting you this time to open the door for the ladies.
You must be talking about me.
Sure.
And Wellington will shuffle up through your legs and jump for the doorknob and try to get it open.
And Reginald will just as he's jumping, just go.
Let
Let him walk through.
You do so. The doorknob turning under the weight of your dangling body, Wellington.
Got it! I got it! Did you see that, Reggie?
Revealing the room within. This oak-paneled room looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves. 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them supporting a cask of wine, 2 carved wooden goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabrum. A chandelier hangs above a cloth-covered table surrounded by 4 chairs. 2 cabinets stand against the walls. The east cabinet supports...
The cabinet supports a what, Trevor?
Sports a lock.
Sports a lock.
Sports a lock. A lock, you say?
Ooh!
I do.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. After taking a moment to sort of look around and perhaps get a feel for the space.
I'm so sorry. Say again. I lost my headphones there for a second.
That's fine. Yeah. After stepping in and sort of taking a moment to look around, and I want to see I'm making sure there's nothing breathing in this room, and then once I'm confident of that, I want to make my way over to that.
Nothing upon first glance. The house remains inordinately still. Yeah, and want to try to pick that lock? Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Indeed.
Okay, I too am going to roll my D20 for the spooky vibes.
Ooh,
Yay.
let's go.
Got the witch hat on the 20. Let's hope I see some witches.
Natural witch.
Natural witch. Let's see. More like a natural 6. It misheard you.
Ooh.
That's going to be good for an 11.
You approach the lock, but it is huge, iron and weighty. And your tools, as you try to pick at it, seem you can't get enough purchase with your tools against the heavy iron of the lock.
I will slip between Ava's legs and pop up and be like, here, let me see if I can help you with that.
There was room behind me. You don't need to keep doing that.
Shush, shush now, scary lady.
Wellington is like Trevor's brother's dog when we're on hikes. She'll like run ahead and then stop all of a sudden, and you have to just deet over her.
Exactly. That's exactly how I picture. So can I try?
Yes, please. Give me a sleight of hand check.
I'm going to also roll my D20. A ton of free advertisement for D. Main Street Games.
Main
Check
Street
it
Fun
out.
Games if you're in Canada.
Well, sorry, D. 'Cause that was a natural one.
No!
Oh yeah. Yeah. You find even less success, Wellington.
Okay.
Though approaching with much confidence and vigor, you perhaps a little too low of an angle to properly affix your tools to the lock. It remains shut.
Well, this
Okay.
is the best lock I've ever seen, so I don't know what to say.
I am gonna take my crowbar out,
Ah.
and I am going to straight up like softball swing it into the like the what is it we're trying to open again? Is this a door?
A cabinet. Yeah, it's
A
like
cabinet?
a
Yeah.
standing armoire.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
like fast pitch swing it into the center, like where the two doors open,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna like try and just crank it open.
Certainly. Please give me a athletics check.
According to D&D Beyond, using the crowbar from my Monster Hunters pack gives me advantage on this. Is that
Well,
true?
who am
DM?
I to question D&D Beyond?
Okay, cool.
Go to.
Okay.
Oh, come on, baby. Okay. On strength, oh god. Oh, athletics. Oh god, it's a 16. It's a 16 total.
Ah, yes. So, seeing both of your new companions try and fail to make their way past this lock with stealth and skill, you jam your crowbar in, and the lock does not break. However, one of the doors of the cabinet flies free of its hinge and clatters to the ground, sending a cacophonous noise throughout the house. But the cabinet is now open to you.
Right.
And you find a heavy crossbow,
Oh shit.
a light crossbow, a hand crossbow, and 20 bolts for each weapon.
Wow.
Whoa, holy shit.
Damn.
That's a really strong lock.
Yeah, it was. Well, look, I think perhaps I'm a bit more used to applying finesse. I'm not, usually a bit more accustomed to things that don't require as much. You get the idea.
That's all right. And without celebration at all of this, she just kind of like rips the dangling cabinet door off its hinges and tosses it and starts taking these things out. And she said, I don't know what to do with this. You little one, you are good with these, whatever.
Yeah, the little one.
And so we have a heavy crossbow,
A heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow.
and a hand crossbow. Holy shit!
Right.
3
I'll
crossbows.
take-
Crossbow.
I'll take that. I'll take that heavy one right there.
All right? You get the heavy
I
one.
think
I'm now holding.
I got
the
a
light
short
and the
bow,
hand.
so maybe I would take the light unless someone else wants it.
I've got look, I've got a short bow already. I could perhaps use the hand one just as a sort of a backup plan, as it were. It doesn't require 2 hands to shoot. But I mean, look, I trust my bow pretty well. I don't need it. It doesn't look like it's worth much anyway.
Can I inspect these bolts and see if there's anything special about these bolts, like if they happen to be silvered or if they're just regular?
Or the bows, for that matter.
Mhm.
The crossbows.
Yeah, sure. Give me a yeah, just give me like a sort of investigation check.
I'm not very smart.
I would like to do this as well, if that's all right, DM.
By all means.
It's just an 11
investigation, you said?
total.
11. Ava, what have you got?
Less than Davina gets.
Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, they seem like they have been made with great care, and certainly capable of spearing a heart at 100 paces, but otherwise nothing outstanding.
All right. So, Wellington, you got the hand one?
The light, yeah, the light hand or hand, yeah, whatever the smallest
smallest
one.
one.
Is what I got.
The smallest one, okay.
And Sir Reginald Stone Breath Drogar the Fourth.
You
Got him.
Bastard.
You bastard.
You bastard.
You got the heavy one?
Yeah, I took the heavy one.
Okay. I'll hold on to whatever's left. Unless you want it, Ava.
Nah, I'm good. You take the light one.
Okay.
Reginald would like to approach the fireplace and look at it and see if there's anything interesting.
It is also seems like it has not been lit in some time. Just for the sake of brevity and moving things along, I'm just gonna say you feel pretty confident you have exhausted this room.
Great.
Okay.
Then Reginald will lead the way back into the main foyer, and from there we'll go. He's gonna start taking a walk up the staircase.
Heading
Well,
upstairs.
there's the door that's leading to the right, like in front of the stairs.
Oh yeah, let's. You know what? Yeah,
Let's hit that.
let's hit that.
If we're meant to be going down, that'd be my best guess for something that would lead under the steps. Only other way's up, so that won't
So
do.
heading out over here. Okay.
Dungeon crawling we've never done, like,
I know.
in all of our
I
D&D,
know.
like,
This is
dungeon
why-
crawling has not been our thing.
We're doing it now, baby. All right, moving in. You find a kitchen. It is tidy with dishware, cookware, and utensils neatly placed on the shelves. A work table has a cutting board and rolling pin atop it. A stone dome-shaped oven stands near the east wall. Its bent iron stovepipe connecting the hole to the ceiling. Behind the stove and to the left, a thin door leading to a well-stocked pantry, which I'll just also go ahead and reveal here.
Reginald leans in and goes, "You know, I know a man who can make those boards. He's actually really good at it."
He's got an Etsy shop.
Yeah. He makes bowls too. The biggest bowls you ever seen.
But aside from the well-stocked pantry and finely furnished kitchen, you find nothing else in this room.
All right.
Are there any sweet treats in that pantry?
Give me a perception check.
There we go. This is the important shit.
Well, yes, I will. Yes, I will give you a perception check. Oh! That is on a
feels good.
different D20. That's a heart, which is a 20.
A natural heart.
At first, it seems within the pantry to be just sort of basic provisions. Still fine. Cured meats, which you're not used, which you wouldn't be accustomed to finding, it certainly did not have on offer in the tavern that you visited. There doesn't seem to be anything extravagant, but tucked away behind sacks of flour, Wellington, you find a bag of lollies, bright, colorful, syrupy orbs in a multitude of colors.
Oh, I saw the first one I see, I unwrap real quick and pop into my mouth, and then I stuff a couple into my pockets, and then I'll share a few with my friends.
Popping it into your mouth almost instantly and disappointingly, the candy is incredibly bland, almost having a sawdust-like texture and taste.
That's so sad.
So, with a tear in his eye, Wellington will spit it out and like sit down on the floor for a second and like really like.
And Reginald will lean down to Wellington and go, Wellington, didn't anybody tell you not to take candy from strange places?
But
And
this
I'll give him
candy
a
look
pat on
good,
the-
Reggie.
Give him
I
a
just
pat
want
on the
something
shoulder.
sweet.
I know, little one. Come on, we've got more of this house to explore.
And I'll stand up and I'll be like, all right, just give me something to stab because now I'm pissed. And I'll charge up the stairs, I think. I guess that's the only place we haven't gone, right?
Yes, correct. Moving up the stairs, you come to the second floor.
Oh boy.
Oh, and I'm pissed. I don't know if a halfling can rage, but I'm raging right now.
It's in halfling. It's called getting the bees.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, as a precursor to Winnie, you just see Wellington like and my sword's out like
Great. Moving up the staircase, you come to a landing on the second floor. Oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood-flamed portrait, again, of the Durst family. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors in the east and west walls. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing youths. There is a door to the north, a double door to the north, and a double door to the south.
I'd like to.
Oh, and also
that.
one door just at the top of the landing here, also on the north wall.
Oh, just at the top of the stairs there.
I'd like to inspect that first suit of armor.
Sure, give me an investigation.
And I'd also like to stab it.
Is it fleshy?
Let's see. 13. What'd you say? Investigation?
Yeah.
That would be so I rolled a 13, so that will give me a solid 12 on investigation.
Oh,
We are not good.
we are all dumb.
The suits of armor are rather fine, and looking at them closer, you again see emblazoned in the chest piece that coat of arms, the windmill on the golden field. But otherwise, they stand sentry about the doors, unmoving.
Being a little angry, can I just stab that freaking sigil?
Sure, go ahead. You do.
I want a freaking lolly, and you're gonna give me a sawdust lolly, and I'm not happy about it.
Sure, go ahead. Roll the hit.
That is a natural 8. So
Your
13
sword,
to hit.
your sword skewers off the fine plate of the armor and sticks its point into the wall behind it, getting stuck for a second there. You have to wrench
Reginald
it free.
will walk over and just kind of pull it out.
Reggie, give me a pull.
I'm gonna examine this door with the dancing youths.
Those yolks.
Those youths.
The
Do they
youths.
look like
Youths,
Rose
guys?
and Thorn?
Give me a perception check.
Use guys.
Oh, fuck me. Ugh. 10.
10. Approaching the wall a little more closely, again, as in the room before, at a glance, these things appear. It appears like dancing youths merrily skipping across a field. But as you draw closer again, they reveal themselves to, instead of dancing, be appearing to fight off a swarm of bats that clouds around them.
A swarm of bats they're fighting off?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Weird.
It's very spooky taste in decor. Is this another door over here across the room, DM?
Yeah, so there are 3. There are the 2 double doors on the
Oh,
north and
shit.
south wall, and then there's one right at the top of the stairs where you're currently standing.
Does
Oh,
Reginald
well,
see the bats?
Not unless Davina points them out.
Okay.
I'm like pointing at this, saying they have very spooky taste in decor.
He goes, what spooky? Oh, good! Oh.
Children?
Then I can't stand bats.
Who you calling a child, scary lady?
All right, okay. And this door that I'm standing by at the top of the stairs, I'm gonna give it a knock, and I'm just gonna go right in.
You do so.
You know.
Revealing.
Your doom.
An undecorated bedroom contains a pair of beds with straw-stuffed mattresses. At the foot of each bed is an empty footlocker. Tidy servants' uniforms hang from the hooks in the adjoining closet. Right
Ah.
here.
The help.
Yes. Looks like the servants' quarters.
I'm gonna go up to the locker by one of the beds, on the right side, and I'm gonna just throw it open.
They already sit open. They are empty.
Oh,
This just seems to be a servant's room, vacant of anything of great value.
I'm gonna just kick it, and I'm gonna turn to everybody and go, "What the fuck is wrong with these people? What the?"
I don't know, but they said there was something in the basement. We didn't find a basement door. I'm gonna start clearing this place like it's a military drill. And he goes in through the to the northernmost door between the 2 suits of armor, and he's gonna go through that.
Okay. Revealing this room. Let's see. Hang on. Let me just make sure that the chat can see what we're looking at.
Absolutely.
I imagine too, Reginald, me and you got like a pretty good system where like you go in and open the door and like go to the left, and I like skirt through your legs and go to the right. So, like, checking both sides.
Absolutely.
You enter into what appears to be a library. Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-back chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in the corners of the room are 2 overstuffed chairs, and floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the walls. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to move more easily and reach the high shelves. Sat upon this desk is a thick leather-bound volume, and there are many such tomes in the bookshelves along the walls.
Reginald will make his way up to the desk and take a look at this leather-bound volume you speak of.
Excellent. Opening it up.
Oh no.
We're following Trevor's bliss.
Yeah. He seems ready to kill us. That seems like a good sign. Yeah.
In contrast to the finely maintained and upkept house around you, this journal that sits upon the desk appears weathered and ancient. The pages contained within are battered and weathered, wrinkled and yellowed with age. Only some of the entries in the diary can be ascertained. Many of them have been worn away by time's ravages. There are some that you can still make out. And I am going to send to you, Nedley.
Ooh!
Oh shit.
I am going to send this to you in the if you check video chat, you'll see a link there for you. If you want to read out the journal entries for us.
Yeah, I will do that. Oh,
Tell us a story.
says I need
Daniel.
access. Oh, it says I need access to the Google Doc.
Oh God!
This
Roll for
journal
access.
says I need
Oh
an access.
God!
All right, hold on. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna make an access roll real quick.
Oh jeez, Louise! What a putz.
That's a 3. So
Okay, you should be good to go.
That's why I didn't.
A
get
3
it.
does it. I'm sorry, y'all. Carry on.
No, it's okay. Hold on. Let me try again. Oh, it's still saying I need Oh, hold on.
Here, let me try sharing the link again.
Make sure that everybody has. Make sure that it's not locked.
Here, try that now.
There we go. So he opens this journal and he finds the page. He goes. And I imagine that the camera pans and he turns around and he looks at everybody and he reads the passage to them. And it says, "My most pathetic servant."
Oh shit! Jeez, Christ, God, not that one. Louise.
Well,
Jeez,
no, wait,
Louise.
sorry, not this one. The next one. Hold
Oh.
on. And he starts flipping through the pages.
Villain and braggart.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Hold on. Let me find a better one.
Okay, try that one. God, I'm so sorry.
1017. 1 SA. I met with our new count today. Balderdash. Not for poppycock, shenanigan, booge, and blather, say I. If the cocksure can't grow wants to put a crown on his head and call himself master here, he is more than welcome to. It will do little to change who really holds the power. The people know whose grain fills their bellies. So long as I keep them fed, they will continue to answer to me. Still, there may be opportunity here. If I could curry favor with the young count, perhaps I could convince him that those meddlesome Vlakoviches and Gorzers are not worthy of their charges, and their lands would be better tended under my care. Which they would, of course. Yes. This, I think, is the best way forward. Our master of cunning, guile, and flattery. All that old fool Argos could not with all his strength. Yes, I feel a new wind rising, one that will keep the arms of the dust mills turning mightily. There's more here. 1031, 2 SA. Ruin. Curse these blasted mists that swirl without end. Curse them thrice, and below with such a mighty wind that they are blown away. The blankets of fog do not allow the sun to pass, and my amber fields that once fed all the valleys have fallen to ruin and rot. My enemies can sense my weakness and closing around me. But there is strength yet in the Durst clan to keep the wolves at bay for now. Troubles me more so is the state of my own house. Elizabeth blames me for our failing station. What am I to do? The Does she expect me to command the sky? It's those lick-spittle lackeys of hers whispering in her ear and poison her against me. She has grown so hostile that I am forced to find comfort in the arms of my nursemaid, Dunyasa. She is sweet, though were this secret ever to be revealed, Elizabeth's wrath upon the poor girl makes me shudder to image. 514, 3 SA. My coffers are dry and my wits are spent. I've had to give up all my fortune just to hold on to our ancestral home, while the wolves gnaw at the bones of my former empire. Elizabeth says the answers lie with the Count. She says he is not a mere man, but a messiah sent by the dark powers of this land. And to save ourselves, we must embrace his vision. Perhaps she is right. Though my fortunes are spent, my charm can never leave me. I would work my powers of persuasion on this Dark Lord and earn his favor. It may be the only way now to save my legacy. At the very least, indulging her fascination with the Count may help forget that unpleasantness with the nursemaid Dunyasa. Maybe it will help me forget too. Poor girl. Poor Walter. I'm decided. I will do what is necessary to save my house. Elizabeth says she has a plan to earn the eyes of the Count. I know not what work she does, but insists the children be locked in their rooms while it is done. It must be grim work indeed. $823, 3 SA. It is an outrage. This pale patriarch shut up hiding in his castle dare to call me wretched, pathetic. The audacity. He is ancient, they say. He is the land. My family had worked this earth for 1,000 years before he laid his black eyes on it. I've been too familiar, too forgiving, too lenient to allow a cult of worship for this pig-headed, self-important, hearty, pompous malefactor to fester in my home. I will show them ancient. I will show them who's these lads. I will show that Strahd real power is. I will give my wife and her sycophantic cult a real leader to worship. And that's it. That's all there is.
That's it.
The rest of the pages seem to be blurred or worn out, but I wonder what it is he was talking about. What it is he actually did.
What did he say at the end there? What is his next plan? He got in bed with Dunyasa, then he got in bed with the devil. What is the final plan?
Well, he was going to show them ancient, it says. He's going to show them what real power is. Doesn't bode well in this dark place. Reginald wants to look around at the other bookcases and see if there's anything else of note, or if they...
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Oh, perceptions.
My middle name.
Perception's
my middle name.
Reginald Vormont, Perception, Crumblebum the Third.
Wellington wants to check out the lower shelves of the bookshelves.
Yeah, we'll call it a team effort. Do it with it. Do your perception roll with advantage then.
Oh, great, because the first one was a natural 1, and the second one was a natural 20.
Oh!
That's so funny.
So that is a 22. DM.
Through the death house.
So, searching through the volumes stacked on the bookshelves, many of them are works of fiction, some works of history. Many of them seem to be accounting books that tell a similar story to what already has been revealed to you in the journal. That this Durst family was a huge entire village but you can see through the loggings of the accounting book steadily those numbers falling fast and rapidly, coinciding with the arrival of this young count, which he describes, and the coming of the mists. Otherwise, the bookshelves seem pretty standard. You notice, however, when moving to the far wall here, right up against this northernmost wall, all of the bookshelves do not have a backing. Like, you can just see the wooden walls beyond them. You could see through the bookshelf, this freestanding bookshelf here. However, against this uppermost wall of the corner here, you do see a back to the bookshelf.
Reginald will reach in and feel around to see if there's anything there.
You reach around and sort of tapping against it. It seems like there's a hollow sound resonates as you sort of tap against this backing of this bookshelf.
What do you have there?
This seems to be some sort of. There's a hollow sound. Look for a switch of some sort, or a pedal maybe. And he starts like kind of looking around and like moving some of the books, trying to like pull stuff, trying to activate something.
Let us worry about that. You keep checking on that wall. See if you just have to push it. But Ava will say that, and she will follow instructions and go try and look around for levers.
Great. So y'all looking for levers. Reginald, are you still just seeing if like inspecting the bookcase further?
Yeah, I'll push it, or I'll I'll see if there's like a book that looks out of place, or
yeah. So as you sort of maneuver the bulk of the bookcase, you do find it to be a little loose, and at the and just at a little bit of provocation, you find it comes away from the wall, swinging open to reveal.
Right, never mind, I got it, and he fucking moves it out of the way.
Ooh.
Ooh.
In here. I didn't even describe anything yet.
It wasn't even a jump scare.
It was spooky.
A dark room lies beyond. This is not lit in the fashion of the rest of the house as you've explored so far. Here are more bookshelves, though the tomes here are more foreboding than the sort of laissez-faire accounting books and histories that you found in the library before. Here, the books are covered in dark vellum, darkly dyed leathers. And as you look over the spines appraising the names of these books, they demons, strange rituals, dark powers, and the like. At the far end of the wall lies a chest, and a body lies before it. Recognizably, though perhaps not so recognizably, if you've ever experienced a being like this, it is a Triton lying dead on the floor before the chest. Hair tangles like seaweed and seems to drift about the head of the body. They lie flat on the ground, face down, one hand still resting up against the chest.
Davina falls to her knees and just starts almost like confused more than anything, starts crawling on her hands and knees towards this body. And the only word that comes to her mind, lips, is captain. And she just says, "Captain," as she's like crawling towards this body.
You speak out, perhaps instinctively reaching out with your mind as well, but the being does not stir. They are passed from this realm.
Davina, do you know this person?
How long does it look like they've been dead?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Fuck yeah. 19.
The body, you can imagine it has not been that long, maybe a matter of days. But inspecting the body, you find presumably the origin of or what brought about the death of this individual. The hand that is still placed against the trunk, the vines splintering from their index finger, branch out and spider web, pure black as if the blood just stopped in place, choked by some foul something or other. They seemed to have died of some kind of poisoning.
I scoop the body up in my arms, and as I do, I get this flash of memory of Captain Cadence Ravasset picking a lock. She has a rapier at her hip, and their hair is like drifting as if they're underwater. And they kind of turn and look at me, and then the memory is gone, and I just pick up this body and walk back towards the entrance of this door. And I look at everybody and I just say, please be careful. Be careful.
I think Ava will see this and not quite picking up on like the significance of you and of like your potential relationship with this body. Will just say, "Oh well, should have expected some literal skeletons in the closet, eh?"
I like look down at their face, and I like push their hair out of their eyes and walk them out of the room and lay this body down. And I walk back in, and I'm kind of clutching at your shoulder, Ava, like onto your clothes, and I'm sort of pulling you towards this. What was it that they were? It was like a chest.
There's a chest, yeah, at the far end of the room.
What? Something I said? What?
Do something with this. Do something with this.
All right. What? Did you know that body in the other room? Is that someone you
There were more of us here. There was me. There was Captain Cadence. There was my fiancée, Erzula Ogdenova. I remember.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Look, I don't want to make light of the dead or anything. It's just shit. Okay. Let's see what's in this box then. And yeah, she's gonna go up and very carefully, she's going to try to just prod at it at first before she even tries to pick the lock. Just like she's checking for like traps and whatever else.
Investigation check, please.
Let me investigate.
Yeah, can I like kind of look at it too and
Let me
just
bring up my character sheet.
let
That's the
Ava
wrong
know
window.
if I see anything?
Sure, yeah. If you want to sort of aid in inspecting the check, we'll call that a help action. And Ava, you can take the check at advantage.
Okay. So a investigation check with advantage will give me 17.
17. Excellent. So you inspect this lock, and while the lock is formidable enough, on careful inspection, you also find cleverly hidden in the very mechanism of the lock itself. If improperly accessed, you find a poison needle trap.
Ooh. So yeah, I think I'll like, she just like, she has a dagger in her hand and she's just sort of like poking and prodding and maybe just like lifts up whatever it is that's covering that and just shoots a look back at Ava and says, I think this is what did your friend in.
Well, don't let it get you too.
Yeah, but well, right, yeah, okay. And yeah, she's gonna try to deactivate it. I don't know if that's
Sure. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
Okay.
mama.
Oh, mama's right. All right, sleight of hand. Sleight of hand is what I do best. So let's see here. Not this time though. That's a 9.
A 9?
A
Can
9
Wellington help in that in
total.
any way?
That's what I'll get. That's a
Please.
4. That's a natural 4,
Please.
DM.
Okay.
Perhaps a-
Oh,
Oh,
good
That's your
God.
one, though. From now on, if you want to help somebody, you got to tell me before they do the thing.
Trevor, no.
That's
Trevor,
the
no.
one.
We promised the people no more Mr. Nice DM.
No, that's the one. Okay, take it with advantage.
with advantage. Okay, watch me roll a fucking 3 or something. That's a 15
15?
total.
Okay. So you go to begin to maneuver this lock. And as you do so, it's like that situation where it's like, oh my God, is it red wire or blue wire? And you're like, you're just not quite sure. But the stakes of the situation, you go with one thing and instantly you know it's wrong. But at the last second, Wellington pulls you back. The needle juts out from the locking mechanism, missing your finger by inches. And the trap is activated and now sort of neutralized.
Right. Fuck. That's, where I come from, they attach the needle to the other wire. So I thought maybe if I did that one.
Be a little careful
Look,
there,
no,
love.
my dear old dad showed me how to pick one of these. Yeah, but I had no business trying to pick locks like this when I was mere little kid. But look, none of that's important. Here I go. Okay. So traps
Are you three all right in there?
like just sweating heavily. Look, stop. No more distractions. No more distractions, please.
Wellington will like dab your forehead with like a piece of silk cloth that he pulls out of his pocket.
Sorry, what was that, Tyler? I missed that last thing you said. I had you muted by mistake.
It's fine. Just mute me, Kay. It's cool. I don't matter.
I got a lot of things running at once.
Wellington will like pull a cloth out of his pocket and like dab your forehead with it, dry it off a little bit.
Right. Yeah, thanks. Great. Good. Okay. So what obstacles are still in the way? Like, is it still
The
locked?
lock is still in place. Yeah.
The lock's still in place. Okay, so now I'm gonna go at the lock here.
Can I help with this?
Yes, you can. So yeah, give me sleight of hand at advantage.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm like,
Wow.
That's my rapier. Like, I'm like, watch that.
I now with some renewed confidence in her own abilities, I rolled a 16 and a 20, so that's 25.
Fantastic.
Nice.
The chest opens. Inside, 3 blank books with black leather covers. They are blank journals, perhaps, but they are finely crafted. You think that you could probably sell them for a high price. Also, 3 spell scrolls. Though you cannot read the inscription within, and actually, I don't think any of you can.
Oh, shit.
Why? What's the?
They're all cleric spells, so I think these are useless to you.
Damn it. Do you know can you tell us what spells they are and see
Technically,
They're on
with
anybody's
spell
list?
scrolls, technically they have to be in your in your spell list to be able to use them.
Did I not tell you that Wellington was also part cleric?
Oh no, you didn't, bud. Oh, that would.
Did I tell you I took a level in cleric when I leveled up?
I think I've just had a come to God's moment.
Also within you find the deed to this house, the deed to a windmill, the title of which is scrawled across the top of the page, Ol Boninder. And
the deed to Castle Ravenloft.
and a
And
tightly bound scroll with a broken wax seal, a letter. Opening that up. Now, I'm also going to send to you, Kay, another letter.
Uh-oh.
If
I
you
can't
would like,
read.
Uh-oh, I can't read.
you would like to read for us.
I will. I may have to request access to it, but let's see.
I
know it's right
gave
there.
you access. I gave you access. The seal is
Access
broken.
is already given. Granted. My most pathetic servant. I'm sure this is not addressed to me, and yet I still feel offended.
I feel like I read that somewhere recently.
All right.
I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I've not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich. Sounds like a right arsehole if you ask me.
Right. Anybody who names the kid Strahd asking for
It tortured in your dungeon. Here.
That's to be.
However many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon.
Is this as usual? Do you think?
For this place, I wouldn't put past them.
I'm getting a feeling that nothing is wrong here.
Nothing out of the ordinary, maybe. Wrong? I very much think lots of things are wrong.
I think we should be on our guard as we enter each of these rooms. I think this is important information not everybody was able to get to, including your friend, Davina. So perhaps we be wary moving forward. And that goes for you too, Wellington. No more barging down doors unless you don't want to get out here alive.
But I'm quick, my friend. You let me lead the way. I will make sure no one assaults us.
Right, okay, you disable the next poison needle trap then.
Haha, deal. You're lucky for me, my friend Ava, or you may have been stuck by the needle.
He's got the point there, Ava.
All right, enough of this. Let's find this fucking basement already, shall we?
We shall.
Yeah. So Trevor,
Yeah,
I'll head
Wellington
back.
will
Yeah, go ahead.
blindly charge through the next door.
Oh my god!
All right.
So heading back onto the landing, yeah, there's another door to the south, and then the staircase continues upwards.
QTPK.
The stairs keep going up. Okay, wait, we haven't seen. There's that southern door, that one we haven't looked in.
Heading in there.
If we're doing a dungeon crawl, we got to crawl all the wall doorways.
Yeah, Wellington will, unless the door has a skull and crossbones on it.
No, you're free of skulls.
Roll a perception check specifically for skulls.
Wellington will kick that door open.
Revealing within. A conservatory. Gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegantly appointed hall, which has brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass wall hangings depict beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. A harpsichord with a bench rests in the corner near the fireplace. In the corner near the fireplace is a large standing harp. Alabaster figurines of well-dressed dancers adorn the mantelpiece.
Trev, can you on whatever window you have Roll20 open on, can you scroll down?
Yes, I sure can. Yes, I sure can. There we are.
That'll do it. Okay.
Well, Wellington will do a quick search of the room, maybe like run his fingers across the harp.
they pluck with a pleasant sound which resounds around the room. But again, just for the sake of pace, this is you feel the room is as it is.
You get the sense that this room is cool.
Reginald proceeds to play the entire fifth movement of Beethoven on the piano. No, Reginald
Wellington dances to it.
Yeah, Reginald will
I was
come out.
expecting Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm the captain of the piano. So Reginald will come on out and be like, well, unless we miss something downstairs, perhaps we might as well keep going up. And he'll march on up the stairs to the next floor.
Excellent.
These people have proven themselves not above secret passageways. It's possible, in order to go down, we have to go up.
Perhaps.
There's nothing rich people love more than annoying architecture.
Moving farther
Right.
up the stairs. You arrive on a balcony. Climbing the red marble staircase to its full height, you come to a dusty balcony with a suit of black plate armor standing against one wall, draped in fine leather. There is a room to the south here, another on the western wall, another little alcove here to the northwest with a double door leading to the north, and another on the southern wall of that little alcove.
Can we see what you're describing on the on
Yes,
the other
you can. Indeed, you can. I apologize. There's a lot to keep track of here. There's a
absolutely
big
fine.
house. It's a large house.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah, that should be it. Yes, there you are.
Right, okay. Where's my little token lady? There she is. Right, okay.
Where have you gone?
Up, we're going northwest.
Oh dear. If I move into the blackness, will it take me to where you all are?
I don't think so.
I think
but
just scroll up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh! Wowie zowie.
a spooky door.
Reginald will press open the southernmost door.
Moving to the southern door, and opening it, you hear a voice coming from inside. A strange rambling of seemingly disconnected thoughts, spoken by a young, presumably a woman's voice, calls out into the empty air of the house. Mustn't disturb the mistress while she eats. No, we couldn't. Think of your wife. Oh, Walter, why won't he wake up? Why won't he cry?
Instantly, a short sword is in one hand and a dagger is in the other, as she is like behind whoever's
Sword
opening.
and board is out, and he kind of turns around and looks at Davina. I think the mistress might be in there. And just kind of slowly pushes
The fucking music every goddamn time.
Making your way into the room.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Wellington shooting through Reginald's legs.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
No, he did it bloody 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, really.
And again 5 minutes before that.
The DM is working. Look at him go. How he haunts.
See how he haunts.
See how he haunts.
See
goodness.
how he haunts.
Yes, so moving in here, it's sort of a finely ornamented bedroom. However, this room, as opposed to the rest, which appears again finely unkempt, this one is covered in dust and cobwebs. On the bed that you see, the sheets are stained deeply red, and in the far corner, a dark-haired woman sits in a chair with head in her hands, again murmuring himself these sort of disconnected, rambling, panicked thoughts. No, please, he forced me to do it. Oh, Walter, why? Oh, I can't wait. I've always wanted to have a baby. Oh, I simply cannot wait.
Lass,
Fuck.
you all right over there?
She at the sound of your voice, she whips her head up and whirls it around the room, her arms opening wide. Who are you? Why have you come? You won't take my baby. You won't. I must protect the children.
We're not here for your baby, love. Just trying to get to space, that's all.
Why have you come? Tell me at once.
We are supposed to take care of a monster in your basement.
Basement? No monsters here. Only the master and the mistress, and they are kind. No, don't do it! They are always good to those who work under their charge. My baby!
Well, I think this one's a couple chairs short of the parlor, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna walk over to the bed where it's covered in blood, you said?
Also, and as you move farther into the room, you can see the front of this woman is covered in puncture wounds with little driblets of blood running out from each knife-like cut, streaming down her chest and abdomen.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna grab onto some of the sheets on the bed, and I'm just gonna start slowly pulling some of the sheets off the bed.
As you do so, she again whips her head up. No, that's my responsibility to clean. You can't have it. Oh, you mustn't disturb the master's things. To Durst Manor. What are you doing? You won't touch my child.
You don't look very well. You won't survive the night if you don't stop the bleeding.
Bleeding? No. Put the knife away. No, please, don't come any closer. Don't come any closer. Don't come any closer. Ah! And her skin turns to like this sickly shade of pale green, and illuminated underneath her skin, you can see her skeleton open its maw and scream towards you. Her hair shoots out in a mane of writhing silvery threads. Please roll for initiative.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Fucking banshee lady. The banshee.
Okay.
Initiative.
DJK, if you want to give us a little action
Some
music here.
battle. Something little. Oh, this one. Okay, hang on. There's that, but I think this one will be better. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, okay, I like that. All right. What's my initiative score? I don't even know. Don't know your initiative score, but actually, wait, what is my? Oh, there it is. Okay. God damn it. Okay, that's an 11 for the Ava.
And I think that I can.
Oh, you're just gonna do it right here and roll 20? Look at you, fancy.
Damn, Daniel.
How does this? Oh gosh, how does this work though? Hang on. Ha ha!
I'll be right back.
Go pee.
I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Okay.
Yeah.
Initiatives, please. Oh.
Oh, this is good music.
Music by Syrinscape, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever, if you ever get curious.
Syrinscape.
For all your sound producing needs without copywriting.
Oh, goodness gracious, my thunder.
What you need, lover?
Nothing, we'll just do it here. Okay.
Do it live.
Okay. Initiatives, please. Ava.
13. My lucky number.
Davina.
16.
Wellington.
Wellington, I
He's
think,
gone.
is
Reginald.
A 9. 9.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Silkfoot, what is your initiative?
Oi, Wellington, what'd you get? What's your initiative?
21!
Oh, wow.
Giddy up.
Yeah, I'm a quick halfling dog.
He wasn't lying all those times he said he was quick. He really is quick. To his credit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So, we are get rid of this and put me on the right layer, and then click this, and then put this on this layer.
When we were figuring out like who was going to be doing what, I was like, Trevor, do you want to do the music? and now seeing how busy Roll20 is, I'm like, no, I'm glad I'm doing music.
And then we go back to objects and tokens. Grand. Has that now appeared? Most excellent.
It has.
Okay.
Spooky.
It ate me.
Literally.
Please place yourselves
shit.
in the room. We have a Wellington up first.
I don't know where I am on Roll20, but I'll try to stab.
Oh shit.
Where are you?
Yes, so the ghastly figure bears down on you, skeletal teeth protruding through this sickly green body now.
Yo, rolling rocks on my purple D20. D with 2 E's 20. So that is a dirty 20, my friend.
That will hit. Please roll damage.
Woo-hoo! First hit. First
The
hit.
excitement is glorious.
That is. Oh wait, and is there anyone within 5 feet of me? There's not, right? So that means I get to add my sneak attack.
Yes, you will.
bonus?
You will get your because there's not an enemy within 5 feet of the one you are attacking,
Let's
so you will get your sneak
go.
attack bonus. Yes.
Let's
sweet.
go.
I don't know where
So
you ended up at Wellington. Where did you go?
He's in the other
There you
room.
It's fine. We can.
I got
just
you. I got
pretend
you. I
I'm
got
there.
you. We'll say you hop up on the bed here to attack.
There we go.
I rolled some fat dice. So that is 15, 18 points of damage.
Whoa! Okay. All right. Jeez.
Yeah.
18, you say.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
I tried
yeah,
to carve
so-
a W into the spirit's face.
Come on.
brandish your rapier with exquisite ease and practice. But as you thrust it forward, you do not find the normally satisfying purchase that you find when fighting a monster with your trusty blade. The blade itself seems to pass through without resistance the creature's body, and as you rear back, it is still coated with a thin film of green goo as you come away from the creature. Anything else, sir?
Yes, I think I can hop out of distance right now.
Yeah, you can bonus action disengage if you choose.
Yeah. Because I'm such a stealthy little guy. That's what I'm gonna do.
Not a lot of room to go in now.
Maybe back over there, back towards Ava.
Sure. Great. That anything else, sir?
That is it.
Great. That is going to bring us to the specter itself. So you thrust your blade and do a quick dash away, and she whips her head around and says, the knife, I still feel its bite. And she charges towards you and throws back one hand. That is going to be an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Yeah. She throws forward her hand and it passes past your shirt and skin, traveling within your very body, passing through you as if you were not but mist. And you can feel the icy chill as her hand reaches around inside your very body, rasping at your organs, your lungs, your heart. You feel as if a chilling blast has erupted within your very chest, and she is going to deal.
Oh boy.
Yummy, 14 points of necrotic damage.
Of necrotic?
Oh,
I told you it was deadly.
oh god, I'm still alive, but barely.
Okay, that is her turn. We are up to Davina.
Oh.
God.
I'd like to give a
Fuck.
oh, Reggie, help!
Wellington, you little bastard, move back.
All right. I'm gonna kind of. I was headed towards her to like try and clean up the blood, and seeing all of this, you just see the bed sheets just go up in flames, and I'm just gonna cast firebolt at her.
Okay, great. Go ahead. Roll the hit.
Okay. Come on, baby. Okay. 15.
15 hits. Yep.
Okay. All right. Which one's a D10? I feel like I've never rolled a D10 in my life.
That's the
It looks a bit like a carousel.
this
if you
guy
ask
right
me.
here. It
Oh,
does
Looks
look kind of like a carousel.
and
Oh,
here's what-
okay,
it's
okay.
half of a D100.
Oh,
which is
yes.
under
Oh,
some
half a
modification.
D100. Okay. Ah! That's a 2 on the D10. Balls. Okay. Yep, that's it. That's 2. It's 2 lightning damage.
Yeah, firebolt would be fire, no?
No. Yes, you're right.
Oh.
It's fine. No, I was looking at witch bolt. Your firebolt is fire damage.
Great. So the sheets go up in flame and gathering it into your hands, you shoot it forward towards the ghost. But still, again, even that firebolt passes through it without making much contact. You can see some of the sort of layers of this ectoplasmic outside that she has kind of bubble and fizz. You can doing a little bit of damage, but otherwise it passes through and collides with the door behind. Anything else, Davina?
No, but I think that door catches on fire because anything that I hit with firebolt, it ignites.
The blast knocks into the wall behind and smolders, and the embers continue to linger. We are on to Ava. It is your turn.
Jesus Christ. I don't think there's literally anything I can do. Kay knows that there's literally nothing that she can do. I think Ava, however, does not know what I know. She's gonna do a quick kind of step back, and she's just gonna take a shot with the crossbow. So that's about
Fire away.
Yeah. So that's gonna be her short bow rather. Sorry. That'd be a bastard 20 to hit.
Yes, that'll do.
And then for damage, let's pretend it were corporeal for a moment, and it would do 9 damage.
9. Okay, great.
Yeah.
But again, as is becoming expected, the bolt passes through the specter's form, colliding with the wall behind. You can see the sort of gelatinous ectoplasm, like a small hole is left behind by the passage of the bolt, but it just kind of reforms itself. That was 9, you said?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, this is,
boy.
and
All
then
right.
just before I end my turn, I think this is like a shot in the dark, but I just I mean, we are meta knowledge. We are in this classic situation where we have a bunch of combatants who do physical damage to a ghost. Is there any sort of check I can do to like try to ascertain, like having now seen my own arrow go through this thing? No, I'm not like, yeah. Is there anything I can look at to sort of try to get a sense of just like what? Can I roll to learn something?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Can I roll to
okay.
learn?
Okay. Let me bring my sheet back up. I just minimized it. I'm not very perceptive. Yeah, no, that's a 9.
No,
Keep rolling 9s.
These
for all the worldliness of your travel and all that you've seen in your life, never have you seen something like this before.
You're being really generous with that. I've seen the underside of a lot of gutters.
Okay, Reginald, you're up.
Right then, I guess it's my turn to hang and bang. And he takes his sword and he slams it against his shield, and he goes in, and he's gonna go in, and he's gonna go for an attack.
Go ahead.
And as he's about to, so let's see if this makes contact first. That's a 19 on the die.
That'll hit.
All right. And so as he does that, he's gonna essentially, as he cuts through this thing, he's gonna be giving it a challenge. He's gonna go, in the name of the tower and the sword, I'm gonna strike you down. And he hits it with an unwavering mark. So while it is within 5 feet of me, this marked creature has disadvantage on all attack rolls that doesn't target me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
If the
Cool.
marked creature deals damage to anyone else, I can make a special melee attack against it on my next turn as a bonus action with advantage and
cool.
+1 extra damage.
Oh, great. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's good. So let me do damage real quick. That's going to be 1d8 from my long sword. Ass to ass. Here we go. That's going to be 5 points of damage.
5. And again, you swing your mighty sword, and it sort of just passes through with minimal resistance the thing's body. That's anything else, Reginald?
That'll be it. And he just kind of puts his shield back in place.
Okay. We are back to you, Wellington. Feeling different.
Oh yeah.
Feeling different.
So Wellington is hurting, and he kind of just like grabs his wound and he goes, "Wellington Silkfoot, remember the name," and like stabs in with another thrust.
Go ahead.
Oh boy, that is. Woo! That is an 18 on the die. So must say that hits.
Roll damage.
And that is, Jesus, out of the box. 13 plus, what is it, 3? So that's 16 points of damage.
What? That's crazy.
That's because I get my sneak attack on that too still, right?
Yes, you would.
Yes, sir. I rolled max damage on my hit die.
Okay. Okay. You strike towards the center of this creature, piercing her insides, and you feel your blade find a little bit more purchase at the center of the creature, but still it gives no resistance, and as you pull your blade back, it's still just covered, and she reels back and screams again, howling, "You will not take my baby!"
Oh, Jesus.
She shoots forward to you again, Wellington, and is going to attack. She gets a disadvantage on this, right?
Correct. Disadvantage.
Oh, that's still gonna be a 17 to hit.
Oh no.
I
Oh
tried.
yeah, yeah, that hits.
Oh no.
Okay. Here it comes. Okay, that is gonna be an additional yikes. 12 points of necrotic damage.
Holy shit.
Oh
That
no.
is 3 times my remaining health.
Are you at 0?
Oh, I was at 4, so I'm at
Oh.
-8.
And since it is necrotic damage, the rest of you look on as she dives her whole form into Wellington's chest, vanishing from view. For a moment, Wellington, you look around, trying to find the wayward creature seemingly have vanished. Do you want to say anything?
Wellington Silkfoot's the name! Remember me!
And he explodes! Viscera, skin, bone, organ, and entrail covering your bodies and all the walls of the room as the specter remains standing where Wellington Silkfoot once stood. I'm so sorry if you get dropped to 0 with necrotic damage, you just die outright. And she lingers there. You are Wellington Silkfoot is not but missed.
Oh no.
Exploded, you couldn't even give me a dead body. I'm just gone.
Gone, buddy boy. The
Reginald
rest of
takes
you
a
look
free
on in
action.
horror. Davina, it's your turn as she rounds on the rest of you. What would you like to do?
Oh!
I
Holy
have a-
shit.
I have a little bit of a crazy idea.
Go for it.
And I'm undeterred by the death of my dear friend Wellington. Ava wants to do like a diving roll across the surface of the
Oh,
bed
it's
grab the
Davina.
sheets.
It's Davina. Sorry, it's Davina's initiative.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. Davina, what do you
Davina,
want
what
to
would you
do?
like to do?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Based on what just happened, I like am splattered with viscera and
Yeah.
like a rapier
Hey,
with a
splattered with
yellow...
Wellington, okay? Give me at least a little bit of remembrance.
Remember the name.
And that rapier with the yellow like silk ribbon on it like clatters to the ground. And I just look at her standing there and like both hands out, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. And she's going to start to hear, like, racking her head. She's going to hear, Wellington Silkfoot, like a million people screaming Wellington Silkfoot in her head. And she needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
I love you, Davina, for remembering me.
That is only a 3.
A 3? Okay. Great. Okay, so she is going to take... Hold on. Fuck me, dude.
Short in stature, short in lifespan. That's what I get.
Okay. She takes 15 points of psychic damage.
Oh, that
and she has to run away from me.
You cast this spell at her, and you can see the rest of you looking on. You cannot hear the cacophonous voices rounding in the specter's head, but you can see the ghost start begin to whip her hair back and forth, looking for the source of this sound of blasting in her ears. And she clutches her ghostly hands to the side of her head. And she again, the disconnected, rambling speech begins to flow out of her mouth. No, I couldn't. It's bedtime, children. Now you must prepare the master's favorite. It's a special occasion. Ah! And then suddenly a calm falls over her and she looks at you all. Suddenly with like real brightness behind her eyes, a bit of sanity coming back. She looks at you all and says, all I wanted was a chance to be a mother. and she vanishes into vaporous mist. And I think we'll call it there.
Holy shit!
Oh, Jesus.
Well, 1 down, 3 to go. Oh, gaggle.
Pour some out for Wellington.
Oh,
Pour one out for Wellington.
Remember his name. But listen, we promised no more Mr. Nice DM. We promised very deadly. This is why I don't start campaigns with Death House, because this is meant to be run at level 1.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
So
oh my God.
Oh well. What are you gonna do?
Well, okay, so yeah, we are really ill-equipped to deal with non-corporeal enemies.
Yep.
yeah.
Gosh,
A lot of magic in this movie.
it's almost like you were meant to read all of those cleric spell scrolls that we found in the previous room.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, the other party has 2 clerics. This one has none.
No healing whatsoever.
Can I tell you, Trevor, what I
Healing.
thought? Can I tell you what I thought I might do on my next turn?
What's that?
What?
I was gonna, like, with my roguish speed, do like a dive roll across the bed, bundle up the sheets, and try to tell the ghost that it was a baby,
Oh.
Ooh,
and
like-
that it was her baby. And if she started like
liquefating a
messing with
hot-
us, just fucking throw it out the
Yeah.
window.
Keep that ingenuity moving forward. That's actually a good, I love that. This is a really deadly dungeon. So like, keep that in mind. Maybe like roundabout ways of solving problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
maybe next time before your friend gets exploded.
All right,
I am
Throw that
sorry
out
about
there.
that, Tyler. I am sorry about
Oh
that.
my god.
No, you're not.
No,
No, you're not.
Trevor took that express train all the way to town with that kill. Oh,
well,
God.
everyone, a gaggle out there in Twitch chat, thank you so much for hanging around with us. I really hope you enjoyed this first episode of Death House. We will be back, same goon time, same goon place, next Monday, the 24th at 7 p.m. to continue our new Band of Adventurers journey through the old Durst Manor. If you are new, if you are not, if you are new, if this is the first experience you've ever had with us, thank you for joining us. We are Critical Fail DM and the Goons on all social media platforms. So please go check us out there. We also have a Strahdcast of another band of adventurers traveling through Borovia. So please check that out if you haven't yet. That can be found wherever podcasts are sold and are to be found. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight, everybody. Anybody have any final words before we sign off for the evening?
that's
To
it.
Wellington.
To
Wellington. Raise a
I'm out
glass
of beers, so I need to go get one to drink.
and
one to my
remember
boy.
his name.
And remember his name.
For Wellington. To Wellington.
On behalf of all of us here, we love you. Thanks for swinging by, and good night, friends.
And
Yes, thanks
take-
for hanging.
Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, and take the rest of your night with advantage.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.